Good morning. We are at Mid-America Off-Road Park for day 2 of our finals for the National Rock Racing Association. I am with Bree Motor. I am Matt Holt, and it is a great, great day. It is sunny. It's supposed to be 65 degrees today. As you can see, we have an awesome course behind us. It's dried out a little bit from yesterday, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how the points chop up today.
Yeah. Speaking of points, we do have the additions from yesterday's race that we can go over as we get into each class today. Apparently for Hill 4 today, Clyde kind of called an audible last night and changed things around a little bit. So not that I was real familiar with Hill 4 yet anyway. But Matt, do you know what the changes are?
I do know a little. We were looking at pictures this morning on the hill. And it's going to be an interesting day. Hill 4 is like if you had a friend that was had a child that was like an ADHD kid and gave him some crayons and said, hey, draw us a course. That's about what it looks like, okay? He just drew a whole bunch of lines up and down, some loops around. We have to go past turns, come back forth for course 4. But again, I want to help our viewers understand, especially some of our newer viewers. This is course 4 today will be the very last course of the entire season. So anybody who has a small window of gap to try to close the gap either on somebody in front of you or someone behind you, that is where you will have to lay it on the line, and all holds bars. It is going to be an all-out drag race, except for several massive ledges. I was talking with Danny Smith and Wes Keen this morning up on the hill, and the very last course 4, the very last trail of it, there's a whole bunch of big ledges that are very steep, some that are even undercut. And I said, so what's the line here, Wes? And he said, I'm just going to try to climb it. I'm not even racing this hill. And Danny Smith goes, yeah, that's my plan too. And they kind of laughed. It's like at this point.
They're not going to try. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the very last course will be like right over like here on the other side of Bree. And it's just a bunch of ledges, and even the flat parts are still, even the smoother parts are still pretty steep. Some of the ruts are undercut, and there's about 8 of them. Huge high centers, so you can get the buggy, kind of turtle it there. Again, I think it's going to be that last leg. I think it's going to be interesting. We're gonna see some guys, I think, totally max out that 5 time limit. Again, normally we have about 2.5 minute time limit on per course. This year we set for finals 5 minutes because it's such a long course. We go down about a mile, turn around, come back. Course 4 is going to be, I think it's going to be just fun to watch. Everybody's going to get a beverage, get some snacky snacks, and just watch because there's so much going on, and it's going to be such a long run time, even if you're pushing hard, just because there's so much up and down.
You need to trademark your snacky
snacks. Get a T-shirt that says snacky snacks on it. It's going to be interesting, I think. I see you doing some monkey math over there with our point system. You want to give us a rundown from yesterday?
So we have all the points that were collected for everybody yesterday on Hills 1 and 2. We had, let's see, this is for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class. We're going to do the same exact format as yesterday with the order that we go through our classes on these hills today. But so for yesterday, our top 5 and points overall did change just a little bit. Paul Wolf still in the lead. He had Josh Lewis running for him in the stock class. He gained 51 points and is still in the lead with 928. Wade and Brandon swapped places. So Wade gained 100 points yesterday. He won both hills and now has 877 points in second place. And Brandon Davis got 94 points yesterday and is in third place with 874. And Dan Carter is still in fourth place with 81 points added to his yesterday, 688. And then Clint Garrison is still in fifth. So Paul, Wade, Brandon, Dan, and Clint. Those are your top 5 in points still, or as of this morning, for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class.
Got to hang out with some of the Rock Life Off-Road guys last night, and we had a blast. Went up to the after party. Some of the racers and some of the pit crew guys had some bands went in there, goofed off. They had an actual band playing last night. It was awesome. Got to hang out there for a little while. It was a pretty good time. A bunch of them gathered around Wes Keen. A handful of guys went over to Wade Good's camp, and he had a very large fire. So we all kind of gathered around, kept warm. So kind of goofed off a little bit. Everybody went to bed fairly early. Most of the people, I should say.
I gotta say, the drivers have been straggling in a little bit more this morning compared to yesterday.
Most of the buggies look also pretty clean.
I think there were some late night repairs going on last night. That's what we'll go with.
Wade said at 2:30 they were still trying to get a transmission put in.
Yeah.
So, now I don't know if
lots of repairs.
I don't know if that was his buggy or someone else's buggy. But I do know he had some issues yesterday on his second run. He did take a second run.
Yeah.
Didn't even break the beam, so he may have had the transmission issue. I know DC had some issues he was working on yesterday as well. So.
Yeah, DC is always the wild card. I have been told there is a chance that he is not running today.
Okay. Again,
due to some carnage yesterday and a lack of fixing it last night.
Yes.
due to his other activities.
Yeah, I know he had several mechanics. There's a handful of drivers that had some pretty colossal crashes yesterday. I know they had at least 3 or 4 bouncers that are out, done. Charlie Brown was one of the guys. He ripped the drive shaft out, and it rolled down the hill and actually beat him to the bottom yesterday.
He broke like 2 1480 U-joints
which
or
is
something.
Massive.
Yeah, so I don't know if he'll be back in.
He said he was going to try. So I asked him, I said, are you going to be back together? And he said, we're going to try.
Yeah.
That's like
we'll see.
Flip of a coin, you know. At one point, somebody came up and had a yoke in their hand, and they said it's a 1410 yoke for an SCS 10 spline. Do you have one? And I said, well, let me look. I went over and dug through my stuff. I couldn't find one. I said, I think I have a yoke for a 14 bolt, but I don't have a yoke for the SCS splines. And I said, is that for Charlie Brown? He goes, oh, no, my dad runs a mega truck. We just heard you had a lot of spare parts. I'm like, I do. And I usually carry some weird stuff, but I don't have one of those.
All right, guys, we are ready to kick things off for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class. We've got Cody Kaysen on the line. He is going to be our very first driver for today. So if you're just joining us, you're watching the Branik Motorsports Championship here at Mid-America Outdoors this weekend, presented by Laser Nut. This is the Rock Life UTV Stock class. Cody Kaysen out on the course. Cody pulled off a third place time on both hills 1 and 2 yesterday. So we'll see if he can maintain that, or maybe even move up a little bit today.
Again, today is the very last day of racing for the Southern Rock Racing Series, or for the National Rock Racing Association. So any gap you have of points, today is the day.
There were a couple little. There were no massive shakeups in points yesterday, but there was a little bit of movement in some of the classes. So we'll go over points at the beginning of each class. If you missed it earlier, for the stock class right now, considering and adding in yesterday's points that were gained for those that finished both hills, our top 5 are Paul, then Wade, then Brandon, then Dan, then Clint right now in points overall. If you didn't join us yesterday and you're wondering how the racing's going to go and wanting to plan out when to tune in and everything today, we're going to do the same format that we normally do. It's just all 4 classes running today. We're starting right now with the stock class. Let's get his time real quick. 100.162 for Cody Kaysen, our first out on the course today. So we're running the Rock Life stock class right now, hill 3. We did hills 1 and 2 yesterday. And then we're going to go into the RCV Unlimited UTV class, and then the UTV Bounty class, and then the Branik Motorsports Bouncer class. So we're going to do hill 3 for all classes. Take a break for some RC racing and mega truck racing, and then we'll be back this afternoon with hill 4 for all 4 classes, and then that's going to be it for the whole season.
Whole shebang. That's all we got. And then tonight will be the awards banquet for us, but you probably won't see that activity.
Yeah,
although there might be some people there going live.
We had trouble going live with that last year.
There's usually some drivers that have cell phones that are taking videos or pictures.
Service.
The festivities get a little crazy.
Well, we have a nice dinner, and we give away a lot of trophies, and then what happens after that,
Wade
lots of
Cody,
celebrating.
Josh Wood. Lewis.
All right, Josh Lewis
Josh Lewis.
is racing for Paul Wolf's
We'll find out.
points today, or
Here
this
you go.
yesterday and today.
Oh, yeah, we're coming out real slow.
We hate that Paul and Chrissy couldn't be here this weekend. They're definitely
I'm just playing. He's
a
coming out
staple
real slow.
Yes.
here in the racing community, but glad that Paul has lots of good friends to call on and be able
Oh, yeah.
to come. He's got someone racing for him in all 3 of the UTV classes, so glad to see he can still be collecting those points. As I said, he is in the lead right now, points-wise, for the stock class. And also for bounty class.
And bounty, wow.
Yeah.
I know he was doing pretty well, and we were debating on, originally we were looking at some of the times, if he was going to have enough points to carry him through all the way to the end to stay on that top spot. So, again, with having some people to hop in and help him out a little bit, I think that might be way to go. Wow.
So you might notice that Josh isn't going at a real race pace right now, but apparently they've got some major front diff issues with the vehicle, and it's doing double duty. Wade is also running the full body Can-Am in the stock class, so it's doing double duty between Josh and Wade, and so he's just trying to hold it together and make sure
Yeah.
that they can both
Yeah.
have a chance to get those points. So he's wanting to finish
Oh, yeah.
more than anything right now, and not trying to do it super fast. So you might have been watching and thought, well, man, he's taking it easy, but they're trying to hold that machine together. It's hard doing double duty on a vehicle out here, especially when we're racing so many hills. It's a lot on for
Yeah.
just one driver to be racing a vehicle, but then you try and put 2 in it, and that much more stress on the vehicle. So Sally, the running order, we didn't redraw or anything like that. We did odds and then evens yesterday, as we typically do, and then we're doing evens and odds. We started with evens and then going back to odds today. So just flipped it around a little bit. But they're in the same, it's the same number that was drawn for the drivers originally.
Again, trying to just limp it through there, get some points.
That's a 172.
172.054 for Josh Lewis racing for Paul Wolf's points. If you're just joining us and you're wondering who's gone so far, we've had Cody Kaysen get a 100.1, and then Josh Lewis with a 172. Those are the only 2. So lucky you if you're just jumping on Hillside Live with me and Matt. You haven't missed much yet. We're looking forward to an awesome full day of racing
Yes.
here again at Mid-America Outdoors. It's sunny. The temperature is starting to slowly creep up, which is very nice. It did get pretty chilly last night.
Very.
This is Brandon Grapevine out on the course now.
Again, running that Mid-America wrap on there.
But we are running Hills 3 and 4 today. We did 1 and 2 yesterday. Seeing as it's finals, that means twice as much racing and twice as many points on the line as a typical race weekend. So after today, we will have officially wrapped up the 2021 NRRA season, and we're going to go have a banquet and have some fun and celebrate all that before the long drive home. Unfortunately, that is the biggest downside to this park for me anyway. I know it's closer to some of the folks out here. Matt, how far of a drive is it for you?
About 8 hours. By the time you stop for fuel,
Yeah.
stop for fuel
It's
once.
about 10 for me. So
I say usually got to stop for fuel about once, maybe twice.
Once in 8 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
Try to go about 4 hours. Stop, go get So
I would not want a road trip with you, Matt.
yeah, we usually go quite a ways.
All right, so you can see coming down that hill there that what we would call in the Wildcat Wall yesterday. They're kind of weaving through the trees, taking. It looks like they're doing a little bit of a shortcut, and I mean technically it's allowed. They're just choosing which side to come down on that hill there.
And again,
cut the corner a little bit.
Yeah, and again, Clyde gave them that option and said, "Hey, you guys have." And again, driver preference, helping pre-run. You can find a plan that works best for you. So that can play a big role.
106.177.
106.177. Cody Kaysen with a 100, still in the lead. Then Brandon Grapevine now with a 106, and then Josh Lewis with a 172.
Crystal, you are being summoned. Go to Clyde. He wants you on top of the mound.
Oh, Zach.
He is ornery.
Brandon
Davis is on the line. Brandon did not wash
yes.
his rig last night.
You can clearly tell who washed and who didn't.
Let's go, Brandon.
It was like concrete.
What are you looking for?
Your times.
Let's go, Brandon. Come on. You're doing it.
All right, Brandon, as of yesterday or after yesterday, sitting third right now in points overall. He was in second coming into this weekend.
Go, Crystal. Let's go, Crystal.
But then after yesterday's race, with Wade Good winning both hills, Wade moved up to second, pushed Brandon down to third. But it ain't over yet, especially since Wade might have to continue to baby the Can-Am a little bit, as Josh Lewis was doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and again, that has to get through two different people times two different runs today. Now, obviously, the UTV Stock class is a little easier than, like, say, a Bounty Series or a Cup Series race. But we talked with Dan Carter last night, rode around with him for a while, and I said, it looks like so much fun. I mean, it looks like an absolute blast, It's not super crazy courses usually, so it's a little bit more fun racing. And obviously, these courses out here today the first half's almost like a short course. I said, I bet it is a blast. He said it absolutely is. He said that's why we started doing it, just to get in, have some fun.
Yeah.
He said we really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it looks like a lot of fun, and I talked about it plenty of times. I don't think it's a secret at all that I definitely enjoy the short course or more of a track style.
Yes.
Course myself. There's pros and cons to all the different kinds of racing, but that's one of the really nice things about all the different parks that we go to. Hang on, let's get a time for Brandon.
Yeah.
.108.174. So Cody Kaysen still in the lead with that 100, and then Brandon Grapevine with a 106, and now Brandon Davis with a 108. But all the different parks that we go to, they all have such different aspects to them, different terrain.
Yes.
Some of them have developed areas more specifically for racing, like Bikini Bottoms has all the concrete elements there. Obviously, they've put a whole lot into the tracks in the hillside here at Mid-America. Hawk Pride is known for the rocky trees and hillsides, and then you have Rush Springs has a short course and the woods and a giant hill climb. So there is a little bit of everything. So it's nice with the different parts of the country and then the different terrain and the different ways that the parks that we go to have been developed to be able to do lots of different styles of racing, but still kind of all fall under that the rock racing, umbrella. But keep everybody on their toes.
It is.
Give the drivers, challenge them a little bit, change things up a little bit. I like it. What do you guys think about it? You like seeing some different styles incorporated as we go through the season?
And I was also going to say that not just the course is different, but then good old Mother Nature comes in and says, hey, we're going to entirely change this thing.
Pour down rain all night long, and you got a whole new course.
It is amazing how much elements can change, whether it be really cold or really hot, whether it be really rainy. Obviously sometimes you're like, oh, I wish you had a little rain to knock the dust down because it's so dusty you can't really see it. Bikini Bottoms, that top half of the big hill, we've seen it be super, super dusty before. Now, so it looks like he's making good time.
All right. That's Wade Good out there, and he is definitely not trying to baby that Can-Am as much as Josh Lewis was. But Wade is sitting second in points right now for the Rock Life Off-Road Stock class. What a beautiful day. Look at that shot there. And it worked out for him. It looks like that front diff held together, and he got an 88.372.
That is your new leader with an 88. That is smoking fast.
A very good run.
A very good run.
So
his
Wade,
run is technically always a very good run.
It's always good.
Yes, it's an always good.
It's all good. 88 for Wade, and then Cody Kaysen with a 100, and Brandon Grapevine with a 106. Those are top three right now. On Hill 3, we've got Dan Carter on the line.
Again, Dan Carter running that Rock Life Off-Road. They got a ton of merch up there if you guys want to swing by. They can also get a lot of your off-road parts for your side-by-side.
Wade, Dan Carter. Dan Carter. Yay.
Again, I got one of his shirts last night. And I said, man, you have like the coolest swag. I said, I need to get one of your shirts. He has the guy that looks like him, little cartoon character in the back of the shirt. Has cool graphics. I said, you have like some of the coolest gear.
He does have good merch.
And he said, just wait for next year. And I was like, oh boy.
I wonder if Jody's the one designing it all. That's why it's so cool.
I think she does. I think she helps out at least, if nothing else. Like I said, they always have pretty fly gear. So I told him he said, just wait till next year. We got some cool stuff in the works. I said, all right. I was hearing how him and Rock Life got started, about how he went up to, tagged a flag. Man.
Uh-oh.
You hate to see that. But, again, that's still racing. He's still doing well. How he got started with Rock Life, he was buying some stuff and bought some small parts for them here and there. And he was at a race, and his doors kept flying over. And he walked over and said, hey, do you have any doors? And he's like, I need to buy some doors. They're just, like, mine are flapping out. I can't get them shut. He said, do you have any doors? And he goes, and he said, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll sell you a set. Or he said, I have a used set that have my stickers on them. If you leave the stickers on there, I'll give them to you. And he's like, I'll give you some money for them. He said, no, you leave stickers on there. That'd be more than nice.
All right.
And Dan was like, yeah, this is great. I got a set of doors for free. And he's like, I help rep them a little bit.
Yeah.
He said, I still have that original set of doors. He said, we've rewrapped them a couple times with different logos.
Did he say how long ago that was?
It had to have been a while ago. It was 4 or 5 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
I remember because we had the race where the doors kept flapping open. He said at one point we were in a ratchet strap like around the doors and ratchet strap them in just they don't fly open. So
pulling a James Cantrell. Huh?
Yeah, for real. Out the top he goes.
All right, guys, we'll be right back with the results.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
And we're back. Again, right there, you can see our leaderboard. Again, this is for the third course of this weekend. This is not overall points, just for the third course from this weekend. Wade Good coming in first with that 88 smoking time. Cody Kaysen coming in second at 100. Brandon Gatevine coming in at 106. Brandon Davis coming in at 108. Dan Carter coming in at 142, and that was with the penalty for hitting the flag. He had a 112 plus the penalty, which brings a 142. And then Josh Lewis, who was running for Paul Wolf, had a 172. So that's your top 6 drivers for the stock class. So we will be getting on here shortly to the Cup Series, which I believe is next. Again, a lot of these guys that race the stock class also race Cup Series as well. So you're going to see a lot of these names again here shortly.
As soon as Cash gets ready, he didn't know we were racing. That's our bad. We should have told him. Anyway, Cash, we're racing.
All right, guys. So we're moving into the RCV Axle UTV Unlimited Series, the Cup Series. And so let's go ahead and go over those points from yesterday. So you can see there on the screen who got what in points. Wade won both hills, so he got 100 points and moved up to first place overall in points right now. He moved Timmy down to second place in points. So Wade now has 890 overall. And Timmy has 888. So super close there, battling it out between Wade and Timmy. Cash still in third, Paul in fourth, and Clint Garrison in fifth. That is overall in points. What you're seeing on the screen right now is just yesterday's points. You can see points 1 and points 2 at the top. That's hill 1 and hill 2. So I added all of that to what they already had for the season. So overall right now, your top 5 are Wade, Timmy, Cash, Paul, and Clint Garrison for the Cup Series. So Wade did take the lead as of yesterday. Let's see if he can hang on to it.
Woo! Yeah. Gotta make sure.
Cash is getting a little encouragement from Zach to hurry up and get ready.
Get to the starting line.
And get to the starting line.
We're ready.
So hopefully most of you guys were able to watch yesterday's action as well. I know on Fridays it's a little harder when you're at work and stuff to get to watch all of the racing action. But of course you can always go back and watch that. It's on YouTube. It's on the SRS Facebook page, my Facebook page. Matt is probably on yours. It gets posted a lot of places. And then we do post the recorded HD version. So for yesterday, you guys probably noticed we were having some trouble with the feed. And we ended up figuring out I didn't have anything to do with it. Carlisle here at the park figured out that the drone frequency was interfering with the feed. So every time the drone went up, that's when the feed went down.
I'm not smart enough to know how to fix that. More importantly, I'm not even smart enough to know how to figure out that's the problem.
But Matt, we're smart enough to surround ourselves with people that do know.
I'm like,
it's a different kind of smart.
They were talking about that yesterday after the live show. Yeah, the drone was take off and it crashed the Wi-Fi because they're on the same frequency. And he had his laptop up, and you could see when the drone would take off, all the frequency would scramble, and he was able to narrow it down to which band it was. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you even that is so far above my pay grade. It's not even funny.
So we're glad that we have people that can figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we have a flawless feed today. But if not, for some reason, we record and we post it. So fear not. You will still be able to watch one way or another. Okay. What is Garion going to send anyone down here?
I think Cash is down there getting ready, is what I heard.
Where are all of our drivers?
Grapevine.
They are a little sluggish this morning.
I'm getting my little spreadsheet on
I
stuff
think
here.
someone did not go to bed at a decent hour last night.
You know,
A lot of someone's did
I'm
not.
sure Cash did. I seen him up there. I was waiting on them yesterday
Oh.
when they were washing their big bouncers and they were washing the small bouncers. They were cleaning it up yesterday, and John was out there and getting them all shined up, ready for today. And there was a lot of guys with bouncers and side-by-sides washing them, cleaning them all cleaned up. It was like concrete washing that stuff off yesterday. It's like a clay with like rock, like small pebbles in there.
It's thick out here.
It was like I was like having trouble power washing it off the side panels. I mean, and it was really, really
There
thin
he
layer.
is.
So even with the thin layer, it was still really hard to get off. But a lot of guys just don't want the extra weight. A lot of big clumps inside the buggy because there was so muddy here yesterday. I think it's going to dry out and be very tacky very quick. I seen JT out there doing some coursework for us, so huge shout out to him. JT Taylor showed a lot of love and literally scraped off all the muck on top. So at least now we have a dry, tacky course that should. If we have this kind of sun all day, it will be very dry
It
this
is
afternoon.
supposed to stay sunny all day. I already managed to go from the hoodie to the short sleeves,
Oh yeah.
so we're doing good. All right, Cash did decide to show up this morning, and he is on the starting line,
All right.
ready to rock and
Guess
roll.
what?
He
Cash is
unfortunately
up.
did have a
Watch out.
DNF. He rolled over on
Send
Hill
it.
1 yesterday. Did finish Hill 2. Hopefully he's able to complete both hills.
There
Look
it
at that
is.
nice little float right over the tabletop, over that laser nut launch around the CA Tech corner.
Again, we're going to watch those couple of jumps down there, see how rough they're getting. We saw the stock class go through, but this is the unlimited class. They have a lot more suspension travel. You can see he's still kind of taking it slow.
That rad flow suspension section is
rough.
no joke.
It is rough. Again, you can see the buggy disappear in a few of those. Kind of skimming through the whoops there. Again, heading up that B notch
Look
there.
at that shot. You've got the sun sparkling through the trees. Cash on the hillside. Look at that. Look at that.
Again, this is a crazy section. He's getting ready to come down. There is a lot of big drop-ins. You can see the whole buggy disappear in some of these holes.
Whoa, there he is.
It's going to be very interesting to see some of the big bouncers do that. So, again, Cash made it through pretty good.
All right, Cash just lined out
Nice.
the course for us.
Again, this is the first Cup Series rider.
That's a 95.292.
95.292.
There we go.
LeCroy.
We are in the RCB Axle Unlimited Series. Cash was our first driver of today. We ran Hills 1 and 2 yesterday. We're doing 3 and 4 today, and then that is going to wrap up our whole season. We just finished the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class, Hill 3. After we get through the Unlimited class here, we'll go to UTV Bounty, and then we will go into the Bouncer class, take a break this afternoon for some RC racing and the Mega Trucks, and then we'll be back for Hill 4 in all 4 classes. That's Clint Garrison.
Clint Garrison out there.
I can't see much blue on there right now.
Yeah, so running that Travis Skelton rig that I've seen fly through the air so many times.
Travis Skelton, what you been up to?
I'm sure he's on the live
here?
feed. I'm sure
He
he's out
was
there
yesterday.
watching. Ethan Martin jumping in there. What's up, Ethan Martin?
Here it goes.
Ricky Radcliffe said, Matt Holt, your mohawk is on point today. Thank you, sir. I
On
appreciate
point,
that.
no
Yes.
pun intended.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what he meant. Dylan says watching on his TV this morning. Super clear. Let's go, Wade Good. Yeah, so hopefully it'll. Hopefully I got a great connection all day.
Hey, that's a hole right there.
It is a huge hole. Zach was commenting how deep that is, and it's massive.
Okay, you're good.
That is a side-by-side sized hole.
Yes, very. We were looking at for the bouncers. It's a bouncer size hole. Again, that's Clint Garrison clearing through there. Woo.
100.275 for Clint Garrison.
Again, that's a pretty quick time. Cash was the first to go, ran at 95, so he's sitting. That's pretty tight times there. Oh, Justin Holback just came over the radio and said we need to line all the buggies up wheel to wheel and make about 5 laps around our short course section. I think we could get in trouble there. You as competitive as we are, you get us side by side racing.
Yeah.
That could be trouble. that could be trouble.
It might happen. I don't know. Yeah.
Can we live stream that? That would be awesome.
Some grudge matches. All right. Clay Kaysen is on the line.
And he clearly power washed
He
his
had
buggy.
time to clean. Look at
It
that
looks sharp.
shine.
That purple and neon green looks beautiful this morning. Yeah, that's a great shot there, him airing it out.
All right, he's making that CA Tech corner. Coming into the Radflow suspension section.
Zach said the driver said money talks.
All right, Clay Kaysen unfortunately did have a DNF on Hill 1 yesterday.
And I'm not sure what he broke.
He did finish Hill 2.
He was able, obviously, since he could finish Hill 2 to get it fixed, but I'm not. It looked like something in the front end maybe, but.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to catch up with Clay and Cody Kaysen. I know they raced with us at Bikini Bottoms. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume they're brothers.
Yep, I would say so.
But yeah, they're newer to the series, and we haven't gotten to catch up with them yet and make them fill out the questionnaire.
Uh-oh. I told you some of those holes are big. That looks like he's getting high center a little bit. I think the only reason he was able to back off of that is because it's so steep going downhill.
Yeah, look at those. You got a little bit of a view there.
It's rough. And again, the big bouncers will be racing down that and up it both today. So you're going to see it little action both ways.
Good job. 113.651.
113.651.
Again, a quick time there for Cody Kaysen.
One of the Three Stooges. Good job.
All right, Cash still in the lead on Hill 3 right now for the RCV Unlimited class. Cash had a 95, Clint Garrison with a 100, and Clay Kaysen with a 113.
Again, Timmy and him were talking about it. Timmy is battling with Wade Good and several others for that top spot. Wade is slightly ahead of him right now.
Yeah, Wade pulled ahead yesterday.
And I mean, just by a few points.
He won both hills. So the points standing is now Wade with 890 and Timmy with 888.
Oh. So literally, 2 points?
And this is Brandon Davis out there.
So 2 points difference right now between Timmy and Wade. If you literally first and second swap those position changes, there's 3 different points. There's 3 points separating first, second, and second, third. So if Wade was able to, pick up, if Timmy was able to pick up first place and Wade gets second, there's just enough difference from nudge ahead on course 3. So
yeah, they're so close right now. There's really no way of knowing how it'll end up. Brandon Davis has been, we call him Mr. Consistency, battling it out very solidly for points. He's usually in the top 5, it seems like, at most weekends,
yes.
or close to it.
No matter,
if not on the podium.
Yeah, I say no matter who's racing, he's usually in the top 5. No matter what kind of vehicle he's racing, he's usually right around that top 5 category.
Looks like he's sitting about 6th right now overall in points. Colby Wright, good morning to you too. We miss you being out here. All right, guys, if you're just joining us recently and missed the spiel earlier, we are at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You're watching the Branik
He
Motorsports
disappeared in that giant hole
Championship.
beside
This
the
is the NRRA Finals. Today wraps up the whole season. This weekend is presented by LaserNut. And Brandon Davis is through the finish line.
Airing out that jump there. And again, as that last hill, ooh.
108.
108.015.
108.
That's good enough for 3rd right now.
Yep, so Cash, man, with a 95. Still hanging on to the lead. And then Clint Garrison with a 100, and now Brandon Davis with a 108. Clay Kaysen had a 113. Tyler Bradley is on the line.
And he had some mechanical issues this weekend. Had some issues. You can hear it now. He had some issues.
It is not sounding good.
Had some issues with injectors being dirty. And he had some issues with some injectors, and was able to take it, clean out the injectors. After clean out the injectors, put them back in, and change the fuel filter, clean some fuel out, put some new fuel in there that he was able to get from the park. I guess they have some fuel here that you can buy. Bought some new fuel, put it in, and he said it ran great till he got down here about beginning for the second course yesterday. So
yeah,
clearly, I don't know if he had some dirt in the tank or what's going on, but clearly having some fuel delivery issues.
Man. Hate that for him.
And you hate that for
We
him.
actually have room.
He did complete Hill 1 yesterday, was not able to finish Hill 2.
Young line up the next guy.
Looks like he's not going to be making Hill 3
That's
today
so
either.
frustrating, too.
Bill doesn't have his strap on.
Janet says awesome feed and view today.
Heck yeah. Good. We're glad you guys.
I'm glad.
Where's everybody tuning in from? I know some guys, being Saturday, some people are off work on Saturday. They're all watching it from home.
It's a little early, though. We might not. Some people might not be up and at them yet. Well, I guess it's
Keith Toolman, what is up?
10 o'clock now. Never mind. Most people probably.
Keith Toolman, a normally recovery guy. I had to go winch somebody yesterday with my Warren winch, so I was missing yesterday. I got to pretend to be Keith for a day. So he usually is the guy winching me out. So it's kind of ironic the fact I was winching somebody else. Man. Yeah, I was. I'm usually the guy getting winched, not the guy winching out people.
How do you have mud around your eye already?
I first of all went and showered. After I washed the buggy off, I went and showered last night.
In the corner of your eye.
And then I woke up this morning with like 2 pounds of dirt in my eye. Like the crust was unbelievable. So I went and power washed the buggy, went back, got to change the clothes, went to the shower house. Empty, not a single person in there. I was like, well, they're all either eating supper or they're out partying, one of the two. So it was kind of nice.
That's the best time to go.
Oh, it was awesome. Tons of great water pressure. I mean, hot water enough to where you need to back it off a little because it's almost too hot. So, which is great. The shower house here is also air conditioned, which is amazing. I love it. They have some of the best amenities here at this park.
We do, of course, want to always give a shout out and say a big thank you to Mid-America for hosting our finals once again, and for working hard. And I know all their staff and everyone, they work really hard to host us really well when we come here. And it's the weekend's we're only halfway through even at this point, and then we've still got the banquet tonight. And I know they had live music last night.
Oh yeah,
and
it was a good time.
So,
and again,
big thanks to everyone here at Mid-America for all the hard work.
Yeah. And they also cater our dinner tonight, so it's always a good time. They have great food. Like I said, is there a band tonight as well, or was it just last night?
I think it is. I'm not sure where they're going to be.
Yeah,
they'll be here.
I know we'll be in like what they call the garage, which is where it's like I say it's a garage, but it's.
I got to run in like 6, and I don't know what course I'm
What? Put this on. We can't hear you.
Well, I'm looking at this here map,
Yep.
and I have no idea where I'm going.
This here map.
Yeah, I love that.
Well,
Okay, here's your map.
I really hate to break it to you, but neither do we.
Yeah. So this is course 4 initially, right here.
I
But
want to
it's
do course 3.
It's been edited.
I'm not that far yet.
Oh, you talking about the bouncer stuff?
Yeah, I gotta get
So
there.
you're going to come out over the tabletops, come back through the rough section.
I just need to know what Hill 6 is.
Hill 6 is, I believe, the SCS hill. I believe is at 6.
I thought that was 5.
I believe that's 6.
Is this like the blind leading the blind?
Well, that looks terrifying.
It is.
All right, Tyler Heinzel
Are you
is
positive that's 6?
off the starting line.
Hold on, let's see here. So that's 10 over there at trail, right?
I think it's I think
The
Jay
9,
Storch told me that was 6 this morning between the SCS
then
banners.
8, then 7.
Go ask Zach.
Will that go?
Evidently,
Yeah,
Tyler
go ahead,
Bradley and Tyler
Tyler Bradley's out there
Good luck,
right
kiddo.
now.
No, this is Tyler Heinzel.
Tyler Heinzel, sorry.
I know they were working hard yesterday to get him running just for Hill 2. When he took off the starting line, definitely did not sound real great. Look, I hope he's able to finish up Hill 3. He was not able to finish either course yet yesterday.
Donnie Cameron's jumping in there cheering on Timmy C.
Of course.
Heck yeah, buddy.
Nailed it.
Nova Scotia. Nick Corbin tuning in from Nova Scotia. Again, Tyler Heinzel yesterday. Again, I like to make sure everyone knows this. About 10, 12 days ago, he was airlifted to a hospital for a back injury and decided to get the buggy back together and come out and race today. I talked to him a little bit. He was power washing his buggy the same time I was last night. We talked a little bit. I said, "So how are you feeling after day racing?" He said, "I'm feeling.
Keep going.
So I said, he said, "I got some really good pain meds they gave me. I'm gonna go back and take some of those,
Oh my God.
and we'll see how I feel tomorrow." He goes, "I'm gonna ice it, and hopefully tomorrow we'll just take it easy,
All right, come
at least on the first course,
course.
and see how it goes." So that's why he's kind of being somewhat gentle right now. Again, like I said, he has a serious back injury he's trying to nurse back. They cut the cage off the buggy to get him out, and we're able to. And again, some of the fire guys were there, and they said usually they'll tell him. Usually, when we walk up to the guy, and tell him, "Hey, we're going to cut the cage off your buggy."
Yeah.
They go, "Oh no, I'll get out."
Yeah, and
he
at
said,
that point,
he
then
said,
you know.
he said, "Okay, go ahead." And then when he said, when the fireman said, "Okay, go ahead," he knew that he was hurting pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, again, there's several big drop-offs he's looking at right there. That's a great shot of him.
He's gone.
Uh-oh. Is he turtled?
Again, that's a super. I mean, there's only about 2 foot wide right there. Side by sides are not heavy enough to sling it over. Again, there's only about a 2 foot section there to cap off, and you can see how big the holes are right there.
Yeah, Bill.
We've got Brett Moore checking in with us all the way from Australia.
Australia? Wow. That's awesome.
One of our very consistent watchers here on
Heck
Hillside
yeah.
Live. What's up, Brett? We're sad it's the last one, too, but, next year is definitely going to be awesome. And thank you for tuning in with us. You're very welcome. I'm glad that everyone's been able to enjoy the live stream this year.
There's a great shot of how steep some of that is. It is absolutely brutal. And again, there's 4 or 5 big ledges, 6 foot probably. That one right there is actually undercut. You can see the rocks hanging out over the bottom, which we'll be going up and down that today with the UTV Bounty Series and the big bouncers.
Oh, yeah, he's just got one tire.
And he's just hanging out.
Hanging
What's
in the
up?
air.
I love our drones, just like flying around him. Bringing us some snacky snacks, whatever. Oh, man.
Oh, no, he's broke.
That stinks. I'm not sure what he broke. Again, there's some serious uphill and downhill sections. They have an excavator up at the top, I believe. They had it out here this morning, and I think they took it to the top, and it helps with the recovery from the top. He can throw a couple straps down and are able to pull the buggy up to the top, so or at least let him descend safely, kind of a controlled descent versus just letting a buggy that's dead flop down the hill. So, okay. So again, they're going to get him recovered off the hill. Looks like they might get the excavator. I heard they say something about an excavator about pulling down there and tried to. Again, he's so close to the top, you might be able to just yank him back up the top of the hill and pull him up, and that way he can just drive back the easy course, driving around. All right, we're going to show you a couple of videos here, and these are your Northern Rock Racing Series and Southern Rock Racing Series leaders. Central Rock Racing Series leaders that you're going to watch right now.
All right, so that was Danny Smith and Tim Cameron that you saw featured on those videos there. They are leading right now in the Northern and Central Series. And, of course, we're going to have all that bouncer racing action later. We are still in the RCV Axle UTV Unlimited class. We're probably about halfway through Hill 3 right now, and then we're going to do UTV Bounty, and then we'll go into the Branik Motorsports bouncer class.
Yeah, and it's literally it's crazy to think we're not even halfway done with our weekend yet. Like, literally, we have 2 more races run for the big bouncers. It's crazy.
And if you guys missed it earlier, talking about the format, once we get through Hill number 3 today and all the 4 classes, that we're going to take our usual kind of break in the afternoon, do some RC racing and mega truck racing here at Mid-America, and then we will be back for Hill 4 to wrap up the day and the season.
Yeah, again, the big bouncer stuff I can't wait to see, just because it's such a gnarly course, especially course 4. Just because that's the last race.
Matt, you know who I can't wait to see out there?
Who?
You.
Yeah. Course 4 is going to be fun.
You're going to crush it.
Well, I'm excited and a little bit nervous for course 4 because it's the one where, like, if you break, it's not a big deal because it's just the last course of the year.
Yeah.
Like, you can go as hard as you want.
I want you to just
go
all out.
The last 3 years in a row. The last 3 years in a row, I have broke on the first course.
I want you to Bobby
the first
Tanner
day.
it.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that much power, Bobby Tanner. Like Cable Hill
you
earlier
don't have to have power.
this year.
You just have to have guts and a heavy right foot.
Like when he hit Cable Hill earlier this year, wide open throttle, like 68 mile an hour coming in, endoed it forward. It was uphill.
He's a wild man.
It was impressive. And what's funny is the first thing he said, he climbs to the buggy and he's like, "Well, that's not how the real Cable Hill. Real Cable Hill, the faster you hit it, the better you do." And I'm like he was irritated at the hill that the buggy didn't do what he wanted to do. Like that's so much crap. I can't believe that. It was so funny.
It's a fake.
It was. It was so comical to be. Like, he was so irritated. It was bless his heart. I love Bobby Tanner. He is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your entire life. You know, just good dude. You know.
He is, the whole family. Miss seeing them out here regularly, but at least with Facebook, we get to stay kind of updated
connected
on people's lives.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And he's come to a couple races without the buggy this year, coming out and does our prayer for us all the time and helps do the recovery on the hill. He's a slight bit older than I am. Not I would say like a lot bit older, but he's quite a bit older than I am. And he blazes up the hill.
Not a lot, but quite a bit.
Quite a bit. I was trying to be nice. You know, he's older than I am. It's a liquid situation. He blazes up those hills. Like, he'll pass me going up a hill, and I'm like, carrying a gas can or a fire can.
Oh,
or,
you mean walking?
Like
Yeah.
like he'll sprint past me. Like has log chains on his shoulder, like sprinting past me. And I'm like, it's okay, I'll catch up, Bobby.
I think Danny, Bill, and Bobby win the Mountain Goat Award.
Yeah.
Out here.
I would
for
say
the fastest to climb. We should have him do a race sometime.
Bobby.
Start him at the bottom of a hill.
Bobby even more than like me or Danny, or even he'll blaze past us going up the hill. Like not even be out of breath. I'll be up top like, it's okay. The guy is at the fire.
Go without me.
Yeah. Like I'll get the top and be out of breath. Even if I can hang with him, I still get out of breath. And he's like, hey man, how you been, buddy? You been good? It's a long drive from Illinois. I'm like, yeah, it's a long drive. Like, it's so funny. He's just like chit chatting, and I'm like, it's a long drive.
You're like trying not to pass out.
It is. Like, it's getting dark out here. Like.
Bless your heart.
It's a good time. That man can flat move.
It's probably the 6 Mountain Dews that you drank before you climbed the hill.
Yeah.
Heart palpitations.
It is all the snacky snacks. I'm going to lie.
All right. Let's rein this in.
Again, that's...
we might have to do a lot of reining in today.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Today, again...
We're reaching that point in the season officially.
Today is just a good day. Everybody's here to have a good time.
Everyone's having a good time.
It is. And that's the thing, like finals...
Are you guys having a good time?
The last day of finals, it's just like, we're here, we're having a good time.
The sun is shining.
The sun's shining. We got some snacky snacks.
Red Bull.
All
right, Jake Pike's sitting on the line in Colton Hoback's race rig.
Yeah.
Jake is driving for Paul today and yesterday in the Cup Series, making sure that Paul can keep getting those points. And yesterday was the first time that Jake ever raced in the UTV class.
And did pretty well.
Yeah, fourth place. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Hold, please.
I believe he had at least a 4th place on the first hill.
Fourth, yes. 4th place on the first course.
What did he do on hill 2?
Sort ascending. I think he was 5th. 6th place. So
we'll go with the 4th place.
Yeah, so that's still like top 5 for the day on yesterday. So not a bad weekend. Top 5.
Not to mention, it's not even his buggy.
And it's like a 5-year-old buggy, they said. Oh, yeah, it's like a 5-year-old tube chassis buggy we built, So, yeah, awesome for him to get out there and just hammer down and get stuff done. So
we are still getting Tyler Heinzel recovered off the hill. Wow, that's bright.
It is very bright.
I can't see him over
I'm
there.
like squinting. I'm like, it's a great show.
He is in a bit of a tricky spot as far as recovery goes, and all those holes that are up there.
And they're huge holes.
Did you
go look at them?
No, I haven't been up the hill.
Because they're huge holes. And it looks like I almost took like a giant, massive excavator, just dug a big hole, and then went about 3 or 4 feet and just dug another big hole.
It might be where they dynamited.
I don't know. It could have been. I mean, there's some massive holes. And again, which is kind of fun because it could save you if you start rolling. If you take a big bobble or something, it could actually save you. But it also could cause you to bobble too. So, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. Luckily, there's some trees in that area, so if you do start to roll really kind of crazy, the tree will catch you. I like having trees on a course. Some guys don't. Like, I hit that tree. I'm like, I like trees because they'll catch you. They're like a buddy there. As you fall down the hill, the tree will catch you. I remember watching John Campbell about 5 or 6 years ago at the Busted Knuckle Off-Road Park. He caught a tree, had hit a bad bump at the top, and barrel rolled all the way down the hill, and a tree stopped him at the end. And I was like, he destroyed like a lot of the cage.
I got stopped by a tree one time, but it would hurt.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
they're not real forgiving.
No,
same as rocks. They're not real forgiving.
Well, and it was in the Juggy too, and that was not made as well as the Avenger.
Yeah, Avenger
protection.
Saw some video of you and Jake Berkey post some videos of the Avenger on Cable Hill. Just getting
that was Dad. The video that I did that day ended a little differently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened there? See what happened with
a difficult recovery.
Yeah. Anything on Cable Hill, I think, is a difficult recovery.
The Avenger completely upside down in Cable Hill. So it's like cable and then upside down.
Yeah.
So
for those who don't know, there's like 6-foot concrete sidewalls the entire length of Cable Hill.
Like tunnel coming down. So they had to winch it over to where it was like sideways on the hill. Looked like Spider-Man on there, and then
back it down,
shimmy and do it. Yeah, it was a pain.
I'm sure.
Me and Cable Hill are.
That's kind of a love-hate relationship.
real great friends.
Yeah. And you kind of have to go.
It was fun to get out there again.
I say you have to go wide open throttle.
Yeah.
Because especially when it's wet,
that's what I tried.
When it's dry, it's not so bad. But when it's wet, you kind of have to be wide because it's so smooth and it's wet. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll turn water on the top, and you have like these just nice, smooth kind of stair-step rocks, and it
wasn't that wet that day. It was last summer.
Okay.
I don't remember it being all that wet, but I tried to just hit it hard from the bottom, and I bounced and and just went straight. And then once you're a little bit sideways in there, you just kind of slide down.
Yeah.
And because the sides are so steep. So.
And again, like I said, the rocks are just so smooth. Even if you're upside down, you probably just slid just down the hill. So.
But at least one Molitor conquered Cable Hill that day.
Yes.
So that was a fun video to watch.
He
was giving it everything.
He did, and it looked great. The Avenger looked awesome. Yeah.
Further and further.
Like you got to heat up the tires, get nice and sticky. Yeah, the Avenger
you got to stick with it.
It looked great. A great looking buggy that day. And
all right, I think we got a course clear now. Jake is ready to rock and roll.
Again, this is Jake Pike running for Paul Wolf.
Jordan Smith's checking in from South Africa.
Wow.
Thanks for watching, Jordan. What's up, Bebo?
Brian Bebo Watts jumping in there?
Yeah.
He's our Bouncer Life moderator, helps share a lot of our stuff. He helps answer questions. He's a heck of a great racer, has an awesome looking buggy that's like this perfect, beautiful green color.
Looks like
Again, he helps out a lot, share a lot of the stuff for a lot of different racers. So huge shout out to Brian Bebo Watts on the Rock Life, Bouncer Life Facebook group. Again, if you have questions about wanting to get into racing or about what kind of bouncer parts to run, hop in there. A lot of guys will help you out, answer questions. You might have a couple wise guys, so you'll see them post up too. So
well, it is the internet.
Yeah, some guys are kind of ornery, but usually you'll get some pretty good answers. And most guys who are racers will tell you what their stuff is. So
we talked to Jake a little bit yesterday. Had him up here. We were just chatting since that was his first time racing, the side by side, and he said, "Oh, it doesn't compare to a bouncer."
Yeah.
And I said, "But it wasn't fun." He's like, "Oh yeah, it was fun." So I don't know if we'll see more of him out here in the UTV class or not.
I see he's doing really well with the side by side. Airing it out the jump. See what his time is.
A little bit of hard landing there.
all right, that's a 107.
107.483. Man, Cash came out the gate. He was our first driver on this course today, and he set down a 95, and nobody else has come close to touching that so far. Clint Garrison is in second right now with a 100, and then Jake Pike now with a 107, then Brandon Davis with a 108, and Clay Kaysen with a 113.
But we have a hot rod on the starting gate. Mr. Wade Good. So I think he's going to have to show who's boss. Again, right now, he's sitting on the top of the podium for the season. So he is not going to want to let that go. So I think he's going to come out and absolutely just blister this course right now. And then Timmy Cameron we have coming up as well. So we'll see how that plays out. And I see Timmy sitting right behind him.
Timmy Cameron. He's the best.
All right, so we've got two drivers left. It is Wade and Timmy, and they're the two battling between first and second place right now in points.
And whoever has the most points at the end wins.
So this ought to be good. And they both need to beat Cash's 95 right now. All right, what do you think he's going to get, Matt?
I don't know. I bet you he beats a 95.
I'm going to say Wade goes with a 92.
I was going to say like a 90.
All right. We'll see.
Oh, 93? We'll see.
Taylor says 93. right now. Wade is only 2 points in the lead over Timmy right now in overall standings. He's got 890. Timmy's got 888.
So
which makes it way too close right now to even really predict how everything's going to shake out by the end of Hill 4.
So there's 2 points that separate them, and the difference between first and second on any given hill is 3 points.
Right.
So Wade knows he has to end up on the podium, at least in the second spot.
No, Wade!
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Start rocking, Wade. Look at him. Look at him. Oh.
Look at him. He's so close.
Oh, that sucks.
Dang it. Oh, man. Wade.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, he's rocking it.
Come on, Wade. You can do it.
He's so close, too. Look at him. He's almost jumping out of the seat. It's so close. It's almost there.
Come on, Wade. You can
Another
do it.
inch farther.
You can do it.
Come on, buddy. Gosh.
Oh, my God.
He's literally wide open throttle right now, just trying to get it off that ledge.
Use the force.
Oh, man. Man, that
Oh, is that the same spot as Tyler?
Yes, yes.
Oh, no.
Man. And obviously, Timmy is sitting in the starting gate watching this, knowing...
Timmy's like, I know where I'm not going to go.
knowing that Wade was only 3 points ahead of him for the season.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
not going to say he gave it away because he can't go him yet. He could break. He's not invincible, just damn near.
Dang, that sucks.
Cash is pulled down and parked next to Timmy. They're chit-chatting. Man, that stinks. Man.
All right, well,
Oh, no.
we got deja vu on the recovery here.
It is. Man, that stinks.
Exact same spot.
Hopefully he's not broken. Hopefully it's just hung up a little bit there. Man, that stinks. Again, Timmy's sitting at the starting gate now, obviously watching it, knowing that Wade is 3 points ahead of him.
Oh, man,
going
Wade.
into today.
Wade.
Next.
That was a great shot of the crowd. A bunch of people parked on the hill there. Big row side by sides.
To learn you boys.
What? No, what'd he say?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Yeah. Zach stuff's not always mic friendly. Again, there's a great crowd shot coming over. There's the merch trailer set up.
It was a beautiful day for watching some racing out
There's
here.
coming in. There's coming in the production trailer.
Coming in for a landing.
There we go.
No.
You can see the backside of us.
All right, Sally wants to know where the hill with the deep dugouts is.
It's right, like here, right.
Oh my
here.
gosh, this is
It's hard.
annoyingly difficult.
It's even worse when there's like a delay.
Like right there?
Yeah, right there.
No.
And it's
this way. Oh my god, I'm done.
I know.
It's over there somewhere.
It would
Sally.
take a little practice to be like the weather person. Like
How
we
do
have,
they do it?
we have some sunshine coming in from the south. I mean, the other south today, and it's going to shine all day. That's my story, and I'm sticking to
I
it.
actually haven't even.
Number, Chris. Suicide hotline.
It's it's brutal.
Up.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Y'all give Chris a hand when you come by.
Yes.
He needs some
There,
help
right there.
It's like one of
See
those
the
charades.
movement.
Bree's
okay,
like,
that was
now
hard.
I'm a teacup.
I'm done. I'm done. I
It's,
haven't had enough Red Bull for this yet.
yeah, Travis Skelton said you jinxed him.
Oh.
Man.
I know you stayed up till 4 a.m. this morning trying to fix that bug.
He did. They were up at like 3:30 this morning, till 3:30 this morning. He said at 3:30 it still wasn't fixed. He's like at 2:40 it still was kind of fixed.
That's going backwards in time.
Yeah, he said it was like 2 o'clock it wasn't fixed. He said at 3:40.
At any rate, they were up all night.
Yeah, he
fixing
said at
it.
3:40 it still wasn't quite fixed. So he.
That's a long night.
Yeah, they had to put a
That
transmission.
sucks
I
for
think.
Wade. Aw.
Yeah.
You know what? He probably didn't break anything though,
But
so he can still do Hill 4
Yeah.
at least. But yeah, that's gonna jack him up points wise.
And again, it looks like he's.
But Timmy hasn't gone yet.
Yes.
I mean, stuff can happen.
Yes. And now Cash is 57 points behind him.
Hmm?
Is that correct?
How do you figure?
50, 50 points behind him, roughly 51.
What are you looking at?
Cash for the season.
Behind Timmy?
No,
Wade.
behind Wade.
These are their total points from yesterday.
So a little bit more than that. 60 points, or 53. 53-point difference.
Guys, y'all got it.
So 53 points. So not completing a hill.
Wow, that's one way. Look at him go.
If he doesn't complete a hill and Cash finishes first on that course, that's 50 points there. So he could technically, depending on how he does on the third course, he could be knocked from first place down to third place. Again, that's why the last day of these points are so crucial, because there's so much point changes can happen. Again, and obviously you're talking about there's 2 points difference between him and Timmy. So, when you lose 40 points, 50 points, even 30 points, it's such a big deal on the last day because there's not any more time to make it up. So it's interesting to see how these courses will play out. Again, we'll see what Cash does and also what Wade does on the last course of the day, because that last course really you could even be knocked down for the whole season from another spot as well.
Cash is, even if Timmy beats his 95, Cash gets second on Hill 3 today.
Yeah.
I mean, Timmy's our last driver, so. But Cash DNF'd on Hill 1 yesterday. So.
That's true. Yeah, man. Again, it's crazy to see how the points shake up, not just for finals, but for the season.
Yep.
I mean, and again, we're talking about 900 points total, or 1,000 points total. I mean, that's a lot of points to have out there. Or 1,100 points total. So it's an 1,100 points total, 2-point difference after 1,100 points. That's crazy to me. To be 2-point difference. I mean, literally, that's the difference between first and second, or second, third on one hill.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's so crazy.
Well, it goes to show the competition that these guys are giving each other. And Timmy's known as the GOAT for a reason. He's earned every bit of it. But I think he's really having to work for it.
And me and Zach were
harder now than in years past, as the drivers and their
equipment,
vehicles have progressed and kind of starting to catch up to him a little bit.
And me and Zach were kind of laughing at dinner a couple nights ago, saying that same thing. I said, it shows us how much Timmy used to sandbag against us. He could have used to wax
toying with you.
He could have waxed us even more. He wasn't even trying back then when he was beating us. Now he's having to really, really work hard to beat us now. But again, if he wins the Bouncer Cup this weekend, that will be his 7th championship in a row. That's to give you an idea how really good Tim Cameron is as a driver, and how hard he pushes us.
He's good, but he's consistent.
He is.
Good.
He's
good. He's had some weird mistakes happen. You remember that rollover at the bottom of Windrock that one time?
It kicked the bottom wheel up a little bit. It was kind of crazy.
I mean, anything can happen to anybody. But
I think everybody's had a couple DNFs this year.
Consistently good.
Yeah. And again, I would rather race somebody like Timmy and Danny and all the guys out there, Bubba Bacon, Brandon Davis, that are that good of a driver, because it makes you be a better driver. It pushes you to know your limits. It pushes you to the buggy limits. And again, you find out how much you're willing to push that buggy, how hard you can actually curve. I mean, some of the curves we do out here, some of the turns we do are just absolutely incredible. And again, it makes you also go back and kind of redesign your suspension. Again, we've seen the whole Bacon family together. All 3 of them have rigs tore down and either making adjustments or building new chassis just to be more competitive with the field right now. So it's a lot of fun. And to see kind of chassis design, how it's changed over the last 3 years even. You could say 5 to 10, but even the last 3 years we've seen chassis changes. Almost everybody's going to rear steer now. And again, which is more components that can break, like we saw Adam Kuntz yesterday. Rear steer is great when you need it, but when it's not, it can also hinder you as well. We've seen Brandon Davis break some stuff. So rear steer can definitely cause some problems too. So, and obviously, the more horsepower you have in the motor, the more compression you have, the more chance you have of messing up your motor. Like Brandon Davis, in Menace, had some engine trouble, so he's running a backup buggy. So it's interesting to see how some of these kind of, as you get bigger, faster, stronger, it's kind of interesting to see how some of that changes the racing course as well. So. It's not just hill killing anymore.
Right.
Closing your eyes and holding the pedal, and either you make it or you're at the bottom going, did I make it? I didn't make it? Okay.
Or you're at the bottom nestled up next to a tree.
Yes. I'd say it's like boxers
Upside
asking,
down.
did I win? If you're asking that, you did not win. But, again, we'll get him recovered. Wade Good up there got hung up on a high center on that last course. Big Bouncers will be going up and down this weekend today, so it'll be interesting. I think you're going to see some bouncers get hung up. Right where he's at, there's a little bit of dirt section, so I think it's going to get a little smoother as the day goes on. as the big bouncers start going up and down it, but don't. I'm not making any promises. So, and we'll be back after these messages.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
I got it. See, that's the Wi-Fi. I got it. That's your Grindstaff. All right.
Man, that was a fast countdown. Woo!
Yes, Todd Payne. Finals are a gamble with 200 points on the line. And 4 hills. They are a big gamble. And again, a lot of guys on day 1 will try to play it a little bit more safer because you do have day 2 of racing. Now, a lot of guys bring spare parts, and usually if you have something broken and you go hunt down another racer, they'll let you borrow it as long as they don't need it right that second. Sure. Axle shaft, drive shaft. I know Dan Carter broke a drive shaft yesterday on a second run. So his team was literally putting a drive shaft in yesterday in the Rock Life off-road booth. So, most guys will help out. So a lot of guys will be a little bit more conservative on that day. Friday, Saturday, though, it's no hold bars. Especially the last course, because even the morning course, as we saw.
All right, guys, this is the last run for hill number 3, RCV Unlimited class. Tim Cameron. We just saw Wade Good in a very sad, get hung up position at the top of the hill. He was giving it everything he had, rocking back and forth, but he was solidly turtled.
Yes.
And,
you hated to see it.
Was not able to finish. So Anthony Yunt said, "What did he miss?" Well, that's part of what you just missed. Was Wade DNFing on hill 3? Wade was in the lead points wise,
and Timmy is now putting it down.
The ball is in Timmy's court now.
Yes. And again, it looks like he's being fast but consistent. Because I don't see him going crazy right now, speed wise.
Now, Cash has a 95 on this course,
yeah.
so no one else has come close to catching cash right now on Hill 3.
And Clint Garrison is at 100, so as long as Timmy gets faster than 100 seconds even, he can still pull out a second place. Obviously, he has to break 95 to be in first place, which again he has a little bit more lead on Cash. Definitely, you can tell right now he's slowing way down, being a lot more conservative, a lot more careful picking his lines.
Now we just watched Tyler Heinzel and Wade Good both get hung up right in
there,
the same
right
spot.
there. So
and Timmy has already made it through that spot.
Much more. You saw him slow way down and be a lot more calculated there.
He's like, it's not going to happen to me.
Again, taking his time. Probably 105.
That was faster than that.
Wow.
That's a 98.901.
98.901.
That's good enough.
Second place time for Hill 3. Out here, Cash LeCroy with the fastest 95, and then Tim Cameron with a 98, Clint Garrison with a 100, Jake Pike racing for Paul Wolf with a 107, and Brandon Davis with a 108, and then Clay Kaysen with a 113. That's everybody for the RCV Unlimited class for Hill 3. We will be right back and head into the bounty class.
Number 1 in the heart, Wes Keen.
Copy, Wes Keen on the line. Clock is hot.
You think you're tough? Let's go talk to Wes. Wes Keen.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle and brake, more balls and brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
All right.
So we had a one of our new videos with Wes on
Yes.
there that you guys got to see.
Which was awesome. Again, that was kind of a highlight reel. A lot of that was Dyersburg.
Some driver tribute
Yes.
videos, I guess.
Yes, and Wes Keen is an absolute wheel man. Again, he lost all the fingers on his left hand, and he's left-handed. He was driving with his left palm just swinging around like a rock star, and then shifting, which you can't quite squeeze his grip yet until he has a surgery. He said I was kind of just moving the shifter back and forth and then using my thumb to press the rear steer buttons. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that with two good hands, much less one good hand.
No, I can't drive that fast on a good day.
No. He's like, well, I've been a lot faster, but I had to think about it, because he said it used to be just muscle memory. Now I have to think about some stuff. And I'm like, holy cow.
He's amazing.
He is just guy's an absolute stud, And it was so great to see him out there racing, just having fun. And you can see at the end, he kind of went up the hill and kind of romped on a little bit, and everybody was cheering. That's why when they panned the crowd, everybody was clapping. It was super neat to see, and again, kind of emotional for a lot of drivers. Just see him out back and in the buggy and competing. Finished fourth place on the first course of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
this was at Bikini Bottoms 2 weeks
it
ago
was,
where that video was
It
from.
was impressive to see him out there just getting with it and doing well, being competitive. So it's
All right.
yeah.
Take him out. Take him out. Finishing.
Brian, our drone operator's out there messing with another drone pilot.
You don't want none? My boy Egg Roll gonna put you down, buddy. My boy Egg
Bryant.
Roll finish you.
Bryant from Sky City is out here with us, running our HPV this weekend, and absolutely killing it, our shot. So he's doing a great job. So glad he was out here.
All right, guys, we are waiting on
Please.
getting the UTV Bounty class kicked off here. We've got Cash sitting on the line, ready to go. Looks like Trip Pullen is over there, giving him some last
Giving us
minute.
some pointers.
I don't know. Words of wisdom.
We'll call them pointers. That's our story, and we're sticking to it, right?
And they are moving tape on the hills.
Okay, yep.
That is
the
what we're waiting on
The
here.
drivers who race in those categories appreciate that, myself included, because with so much up and down and even some course changes, I get kind of lost.
I mean, I'm getting lost just looking at all of this.
And the worst part is we have so many times we're going up different courses. One course we're going up it, next course we're going down it. So and at the top you can't really see the course. I mean, you can just see you drop in.
Right.
So you have 30 drop-ins up there, really 10. So there's 10 drop-in areas. You need to kind of halfway have an idea of where you're dropping in at. And you lose.
You're like, was I supposed to pass that tree or the other tree?
Yeah, and they're numbered on our sheets. But when you're up there racing, you get mixed up. And you're like, oh, is this 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, it's considered a DNF if you go off course, if you drop in the wrong one. Now, Clyde will let you go back up and try it again, but that obviously takes a lot of time. And B, you might break trying to get back up to turn back around and come down the right one. So,
better make sure you studied your math.
Yes,
you did your homework.
Luckily, thankfully, I'm number 15, so I at least get to watch some people in every category, pretty much. So
yeah. Usually, once one person has gone, then you're like, oh, okay, I see it now.
Once you get one guy that does the right,
see the line.
Yeah.
All right, we let y'all rest up because on the line
what was that?
The future of rock racing himself, Cash Money LeCroy. Woo! Yeah, he's got 6 fans here. Yeah. I'm just playing. Everybody's a Cash Money fan. My best friends call me Cash.
Again, Cash came out with 97 points for yesterday. He was the second fastest on the first course and the fastest on the second course, and came out with 97 points. That's a great day.
Yeah, I guess we didn't go over points standings yet for UTV Bounty, did we? I don't think we did.
We have not.
So overall for the class right now, including yesterday's Hill 1 and 2, Paul Wolf is still in the lead. Adam Coots is racing for him in the Bounty class. He's got 692 points. And then Wade and Cash swapped places. So Cash moved up to second place yesterday in points with 643. And Wade in third now with 605. And Dan Carter still in fourth with 510. Spencer Grindstaff rounding out top 5 with 458. So it's Paul, Cash, Wade, Dan, and Spencer. Those are the top 5 points-wise, including yesterday's hills.
And again, like I said, it's obviously when you watch the Bounty series, they run the exact same course that the Rock Bouncers run. So it's a very, very difficult course. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of breakage. You'll see a lot of guys that have a lot of trouble in there. You're doing a bouncer course with a side-by-side.
Yeah.
So it's pretty brutal. It sometimes doesn't end well. So I know that Cash is anticipating, sitting on the starting line there, getting ready. You can hear him. You can smell the race fuel wafted over here.
I'm getting a
So that's a great aftershave scent. It's 110 octane,
Yes, there's everybody's points from yesterday. You can see what they got on Hill 1 and Hill 2. And then what I just went over was those points they got yesterday added into their total for the season so far. So right now it is Paul, Cash, Wade, Dan Carter, Spencer Grindstaff are your top 5. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Fun Run since looks like we're not quite ready to go yet. Our next event, our last event, I believe, for the year for Hillside Live is going to be November 6th in Hot Springs, Arkansas for Fun Run. And that is a event to benefit Camp Sunshine. There is going to be a lot going on that weekend. We will be live for a UTV Bounty race on Showtime Hill. And that's going to be happening on Saturday. And there's going to be rides, and it's definitely a family-friendly event.
Oh, yeah.
And all kinds of stuff going on. And then that picture that you see right there is a 4-seat RZR that you could win with the raffle.
Yes.
So the tickets are only $25 each. And even if you don't win, they're going to a great cause.
Great cause.
Camp Sunshine is, let's see, I don't remember how Clyde explained it. It's to benefit, it's to help kids that are burn victims.
Yes.
So, so a great cause. That's what the weekend is for. So you can go buy raffle tickets at fun-run.org and check out all the information there. And hopefully, if you're anywhere near Hot Springs, Arkansas, and you want to come on out and make a day of it, make a weekend of it, then you can join us for that. And if not, as always, you can watch on Hillside Live for the bounty race portion of it.
Yeah.
And
Again,
I have not been out there in years, so I'm excited to go back to that park.
Yeah, and I said it's going to be a lot of fun because they have, the side-by-side race, big bounty, Oz-Ox action. There's also a ton of trail riding, too, so you can go out, do some trail riding, have fun. There'll be, I'm sure, all kinds of other fun activities going on, so definitely don't want to miss that. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, you can also win a side-by-side. That's kind of nice, free side-by-side, I could use a
$25
yes,
side-by-side.
for $25. Yeah, that'd be handy.
Trip Pulling, you ready?
Yeah, so y'all head to fun-run.org to find out more about that. And here is Cash LeCroy kicking off the UTV Bounty Class, hill number 3.
And now I have to really pay attention because this is what the course the big bounce will be running here shortly. Again, it looks like he's airing it out.
Matt, I want to see sky under your tires.
You know what? They're so much fun because they're so smooth when you land usually.
Yeah, so hammer down, son. Fly like an eagle.
Fly like an eagle. Looks like a lot of guys are kind of side skirting that double jump there.
Don't cut that bridge too sharp.
Yes.
You don't want to end up like poor Jonathan Andrews last night.
Let's go.
Nice Cash.
Heck yeah.
Like a boss.
Oh, man, hung a little there. But again, those are like 5-foot tall ledges.
Well, good thing he's got Danny. Look, how did Danny get up there already?
I don't know. He's like a magician. Yeah.
Matt, that's not even the spooky SCS slope.
It isn't. I thought that's why we were going up the SCS slope.
No, so you'll be fine.
Come on down.
Gas it, Cash.
Oh, wow. Big puddle there.
It's like SeaWorld out here.
It is.
Splash zone.
Again, heading up that big V notch. That's usually our return course. We have a little bit different section. Again, we got to go straight out the top, which is kind of steep.
That was a good cut right there.
Again, now we have to come down the big section like we've seen a couple different side-by-sides do.
All right. Don't get stuck in the goo. There you go.
Don't get stuck in the goo.
The
Good. Poor Wade. I was thinking the poor Wade. And again, out the top. Wow.
131.782. I feel like poor Wade is the hashtag of that course.
I do.
Poor
I feel
Wade.
so bad for the guy. Just because he had such a great weekend, such a great a season going into it, sitting on the podium. Got Dan with the Rock Life Off-Road Group coming up.
Dan the man. Danger
Again,
Dan.
They literally took a bunch of parts out and put a drive shaft in this yesterday. Like literally last night, 10, 11 o'clock, they're wrapping it up right before we headed over to the party for a little while. Then they were going to go check on DC, so I'm not sure what happened there. He said, we're going to go hang out at DC, go check on DC. We told him to check on him. We're going to go see what he needs. And I said, no, on DC. He's probably, the buggy still torn apart, and he's out probably riding wheelies on a pit bike somewhere.
Yep. Word on the street. He was terrorizing people on his pit bike.
Yeah, I am not surprised.
All right, Dan's making quick work of that rad flow suspension section. Coming over the race line ramp there. Over the Branik Bridge.
All right, let's get behind us here. Let's go down.
Again, you can see him starting off to the left side and then kind of hook into the right. I don't think the edges. Oh, get a little farther.
Dan! He's staggered.
I think the edges are a little bit rougher on the left side. Again, they got some tape up there telling you where to come down. It's got some pretty good ledges on that Holly EFI wall as well. So you want to take it slow, be smart. Again, that's not the time to have an issue with your brakes. Again, the good news is the bottom of that, it comes in a little bit smoother. Again, crossing through that creek, heading down to the big V-notch. Yeah, taking his time.
Sally said, will this be hill 1 for the bouncers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this will be...
Well, technically hill 3.
Yes. Well, yes, technically hill 3.
Yes, the bouncers are racing this
Again,
same course.
Dan being very careful there, watching his lines. Because you can very easily roll side-by-side frontwards right there with some of those undercut notches.
Well, and you don't want to end up like Wade and Tyler.
Oh, right there.
Oh, Dan.
Turned around.
What?
Do that. He's
Was
fine.
that? All right, back
He
it up.
literally is facing up the hill now.
Back it up.
The good news is that's such a big hole, he's not worried about rolling over right there.
Just
because
has
it's
to get out of there.
such a massive hole. Again, you can see the whole side-by-side has literally disappeared in there.
It would have been kind of a boss move if he had just backed down the hill.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to back down a hill that steep. It would have been, but I don't know if I'm that brave. Yeah, with no mirrors. And again, there's a giant rock at the bottom, so you kind of have to pick either sharp left or sharp right.
Good job, Dan.
Dan the Man Carter. Ooh.
190.454.
Yeah, not a bad time for getting hung up and actually turned around in the middle of a super steep downhill section.
Alex Sanders said, Bree, you ever thought about being on The Voice?
The Voice?
The Voice. Like as a singer
Yeah.
or like as a judge?
I would absolutely be a judge there. I don't know if I would torture the crowd long enough to let them hear me sing, but I would absolutely be a guest on there.
All right, this is Spencer Grindstaff.
Oh, they will. They will definitely air it out on the big jump.
Tyler just requested that we see some bouncers air it out on these tabletops. I don't know. Did I say Tyler? If I did, I meant Taylor.
What did she say?
I don't know. I know what my brain meant. I don't know what I said. Spencer.
Tell him no.
Are they talking about you?
Tell him no.
Spencer was able to finish both hills yesterday.
Jumping out the top there.
He's been working hard.
Okay. Come on down, Spencer.
He's coming down that Holly EFI hill.
Tears in his eyes, you can't see.
Tell him I don't care. Tell him I don't really care. I'll just go last. It's fine. Clyde's like, yeah, I bet he will. I really don't care though. It's all good. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That will be fun. Yes, so Clyde gave me the option, since I do production and I race, it's kind of hard to do double duty sometimes, especially when you're in a longer course. And I hate leaving Bree here, just hanging out. But the nice part is you're going to have a guest hop up here, and we hear from drivers, we hear from Zach. Clyde said if I go last, then he can run the timer from here and come up and actually do some broadcasting stuff, which is great because Clyde has some inside stuff that we don't typically get to know. So he has kind of some inside juice that we always get to find out. And again, he made some last-minute changes last night to the bouncer course. So
that was a really great run from Spencer Grindstaff, a 136.150. Just a few seconds behind Cash. Cash had a 131. Spencer with a 136, and Dan Carter with a 190.
Okay, we got
And Adam
Paul
Coots
Wolf.
is on the line, racing
Well,
for
we
Paul
got
Wolf's
Wolf
points.
If you ordered him off the Wish app.
Again, he was actually setting some smoking times yesterday. Again, got to keep the buggy together, make sure he does it well. But again, he came out and actually set some blistering times yesterday and flying through the air right now. Clyde makes some changes to that fourth. Maybe you can ask him about that. Hey, I heard there were some last-minute changes to the fourth course. The drivers are talking about it. And see what he says, because it is a little bit longer. We're doing a lot more running, and I don't know if he's going to have as many banners up. So that might be a little more interesting. Again, some of those jumps are pretty brutal right there. It looks like the whoop section is getting smoothed out quite a bit.
All right, he's headed up that Vision RV section of the hillside here.
That was good.
There we go.
Looking pretty good so far. I can't see. Who are you? Oh.
Somewhere. Paul
It's
Wolf
on the screen out there.
has both hands over
Listen,
his
we
eyes.
put this TV here for you guys.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, if you come up here, you got to sit and talk to us.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to see your time, you go look at the TV screen.
So
We got Spencer Grindstaff up here.
we do. And Spencer, last night you were on the course, and you were
Yes, sir.
You were talking about. Obviously, we see a lot of younger guys. How old are you?
17.
17. We see a lot of younger guys on the course a lot of times, and we figure, hey, their mom and
The
dad bought on the
Lord's
bouncer,
first.
their mom and dad pay for everything, because
The
you're
best of all
younger.
drivers.
And you said,
The
no,
killer.
I mow how many lawns?
40 properties a week.
40 properties a week he
Wow.
mows, so that way you can pay for your own parts, accessories, bouncer.
Hang on a second. Let's look at
no.
Adam's run. It looks like he's having
Okay.
the similar trouble as Tyler and Wade earlier.
Oh,
there we
and there
go.
it is. Okay.
He may have stopped a little bit early just to kind of back him and bump over that ledge.
That part right there is really hard.
It is. So you said you mow how many properties a week?
40 properties a week.
So that way you can make your own money and pay for your own stuff.
Yes, sir.
And the best part was
Woo!
144.995 for Adam Coots racing for Paul Wolf.
and somebody asked you, well, why do your mom and dad always come? And you said, I'm not old enough to be able to sign into the park by myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome. I was like, you have to say that on the live feed.
Yep, that's how it is. Mom and dad have to come so that they can sign me in.
He said, I'll be so happy when I turn 18 and I can just drive myself here. So
Heck yeah.
Spencer, how'd you get into racing?
I bought my first RS1 whenever I was in 8th grade, and I've always watched the Southern Rock and Pro Rock series. And yeah, I just always wanted to do it, so I bought a balancer, and here I am.
You know you're sitting in 5th place right now overall in points after yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not bad.
Ready.
Pushing it. I'm trying.
All right, we got, speaking of one of our young guys, Cooper Bentley out there now.
And I know you, Spencer, I know you and Cooper are super BFF. You guys hang out a little, you talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you talk race strategy, or is it just about, like, school and girls?
Well, all of the above. I mean, last night we were out here on the hill. I was pre-running all night, and after that we went and chased some tail, yeah.
Yeah? Good times. So how late were you on the hill?
Nah, just after dark, about 8 o'clock.
Just till 8. They're just not pre-running till 8.
Moving. Let's go, Coop.
Again,
Come on, Coop.
Cooper's a good guy. Again, both of you guys, you both seem like you have a lot of...
Oh, Cooper! Oh, you it!
Wow!
You're just showing off now.
Oh.
Come on.
Way to hold it together, Cooper.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, no.
Hopefully, a lot of guys hang that left side until they get about there and they shoot the right gap. Looks like you can maybe get over there a little bit more. Looks like you got Danny and Timmy up there maybe cheering them on.
Yep, and Jake Pike showing
And
us where to
Pike.
go.
I see. Is that Timmy stomping his foot or
Yeah.
Dan? Yeah, Timmy up there stomping his foot at the
I
top of
love
the hill.
that. That is awesome.
Jake Pike's up there pointing to the downhill.
That is so awesome. You got guys like Danny Smith, Jake Pike, and Timmy Cameron guiding you guys through the course.
They're definitely helping us younger guys out.
That is super awesome to see, you know?
Spencer, did you and Cooper already know each other outside of racing or no?
No, actually I met him at the beginning of this year.
Okay.
And you guys seem like you've been BFFs for decades. It's
Yeah,
like little guys.
They're only 17 decades.
I mean, their friendship seems like they've been friends since like childhood, you know?
We've been hanging out constantly at every race, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you guys seem like you guys have a lot of fun together. It seems like you've been friends since childhood, so it's always great to see you guys laughing, goofing off, and especially teasing each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you guys pretty competitive with each other?
No, we help each other out a lot.
Yeah.
We're not like Timmy and Wade and Cash and Jake and Danny. We're like bros. We help each other out a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing we always talk about in this sport is everybody's always willing to help everybody else. And that's what makes it special.
Thomas Lohr said, hey, don't you have a spelling bee or something you got to go study for? Again, Thomas is a good dude. He's another side-by-side racer. He jumps in. He's a wonderful guy, helps out a lot of guys. I know he does a lot of they work with CTC, Perfection Driveline, so they help out a lot of.
Thank you to Thomas for your RV spot this weekend.
Yes, yeah.
687, 159, 687. Hey, you little.
All right, that was a 159.687. We'll be right back to go over Hill 3 with you guys.
All right. Oh, you got to time down. All right.
Are you sure?
Thanks for the. What?
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it, what up, bouncer? Grab yourself some new merch today.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
And we're back. We are getting ready. We have the Jack Attack sitting on the starting line in the Venom buggy. He has it dialed in. He was backing out of the trailer yesterday, and it was just rumbling. and it is
Which
set on
driver
kill
was
mode.
it? Second part is
We're getting ready to
Matt
kick off the
Holt?
big bouncers.
All right, Matt, you want to give us a quick rundown from Hill 3 and UTV Bounty?
Yes.
And then we'll move into the bouncers.
Cash LeCroy coming in first place with a 131. Spencer Grindstaff, 136. Paul Wolf or Adam Kuntz, 144. Cooper Bentley, 159. Dan Carter, 190. And that was your top 5 from the side-by-side UTV Bounty series.
I think Jack's trying to say he's ready to go.
Yeah, and you can hear Jack revving it up behind us. He is ready to go.
All right, we're just waiting on production to give us the go-ahead. Make sure the people that are less fortunate that couldn't make it, they're not saying anything.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us, you are watching the Branik Motorsports Championship. This is the NRRA Finals at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma. And this weekend is presented by Laser Nut. We ran Hills 1 and 2 yesterday in all 4 classes. We're doing 3 and 4 today, and then that's going to wrap up the whole season for us, which is crazy to think about already. We do have our banquet for the drivers and their families and volunteers tonight to give away trophies and celebrate the end of the season. And you guys will also see us on November 6th in Arkansas for the fun run. So you'll get one last chance to watch Hillside Live. Jack Porter is on the line now, our first bouncer driver for Hill 3. Jack did complete both hills yesterday. He's got old Venom dialed in now.
It is dialed in. He was blazing through this course yesterday.
Around that C8 set corner, coming into the Radflow suspension section. I think we're going to be seeing the bouncers hit some of that harder than the UTVs were.
There's still some really big bumps out there. Again, that section is, the first half of that is super rough still. Again, we're watching Jack. He's our first bouncer to go, so we'll kind of get a gauge from that. Ooh, getting squirrely in the jumps there.
Jack's not in the top 10 for cups or for points overall.
He is sitting 13th
for the series, but he has a different agenda in mind who he needs to beat this weekend. Matt, why don't you tell everybody about that?
Come on, Jack. You gotta
who does Jack want to beat, Matt? Who's he battling it out with?
I don't know. I don't know.
Come on.
There's about 150 points between us two. He could literally go sip tea in the park the rest of the afternoon and still beat me. Even if I won both courses today, if I won both courses, there's still not enough to gap it, I think.
All right, Jack made it up the first section of the hill. He's got to come on down that Holly EFI hillside now.
Come on down, baby. Let's go. You got it. You got it.
Again, taking his time, kind of just letting it creep down.
Poor Venom doesn't look too white right now.
It does not. It looks very brown.
Look more like Modern Warfare color back in the day.
Again, trying to keep momentum going through there. Now, again, is where you want to be very, very careful.
I'm interested to see how this hole plays out. The length is different on these bouncers. It could be a benefit or a hindrance. Seems like easy work for a bouncer, though. Good job.
There you go. Making quick work of those big holes.
Just
kind of picking his careful, being really careful with that line again.
Rocking on through there.
He is. He made quick work of it. I'm impressed. That's Jack Porter in the Venom buggy. The Jack attack.
That's a 169.486.
Wow.
169.486.
That is.
169.486. Jack, our first bouncer driver out on hill number 3. Justin Wills is on the line now.
Again, Justin Wills has been very competitive this season. I think he was sitting 5th going into the season.
He is 6th overall right now in points. Actually, yesterday, even with yesterday's addition of points to where everyone had overall, it didn't change the standings.
Really?
the bouncer class is the only class where no one's position changed, even with all of yesterday's
That's
points.
crazy.
So right now it's Tim Cameron in the lead in points, and then Danny Smith, Jake Pike, Brandon Davis, and Cash LeCroy, and then Justin Wheels, who is in sixth right now in points overall.
He's trying to take that fifth spot, I'm sure. You know, you can get in that top 5. I think the top 5 is money, so he's trying to get into that money spot. Again, he's been very competitive all season. Had some DNFs. He's part of a race team. He had some other guys racing. He said, I was able to finish, I think, every course that he attempted this season that he was driving for. So he said that's been a really good time.
Ooh, that's a rough
That
ride.
That only hurt a lot.
Over the Branik Bridge.
Head around.
Coming up to the Mickey Thompson mountain range here.
For real.
That's what this whole hillside is hereby shall be known as.
Ooh, that pops up.
All right, easing down.
Taking his
That
time, being careful, being
Holly
cautious.
EFI hillside.
Again, that is such a steep, just long, slick rock edge. Again, going through the creek there.
You're looking good. You're looking good.
Heading up that big ridge line.
Now you're looking easy.
That's a giant, just a V right between two mountains. So you can see that big rock there. That's what a lot of drivers have to contend with as they're coming down. You have to kind of pick a line, right or left. The right line is a little bit safer, not as steep. The left line and the right line is a little bit steeper, but might be a little bit faster. The only problem is, as soon as you get to the bottom, you have a very sharp right-hand turn to get through. So,
all right, use one of the threes if you need to slow down.
again, taking his time. That first drop it isn't as bad. The second one is where we saw a lot of guys get hung up. Justin's got a pretty good chassis there, so I think he should be able to clear it. There he goes, and he's clearing that now. Dropping it again. It looks like he's taking the right line, or the left line, I'm sorry. It's a little bit easier, but again, you can see that big rock right behind him there that you have to contend with. Again, I think he's going to take it safe for the jump after he rolled through the finish line yesterday.
Let's see how long it took him.
See what his time's going to be.
That's a 161.
161.597 for Justin.
There we go.
And yeah, you mentioned his roll through the finish line yesterday. I think that he definitely got some style awards.
Oh, yeah.
He might not have had the fastest run, but
yeah.
he sure had the most acrobatic finish.
Look out, everybody.
All right, guys. Tim Cameron on the line.
Right, let them know Timmy Cameron is on the line. Right now,
Timmy is in the lead in points right now overall for the season.
Again, making quick work through that section.
Over the laser nut launch. That CA Tech corner.
It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Again, some of that rougher section. We've seen some guys really make up time there.
He's really making that rad flow section smooth.
Driving like the undisputed heavyweight buggy champion of the world.
Look at him just zipping across those. That buggy absolutely screams. Again, being careful after you saw a couple guys have some issues there, either bobbling it or one. Come on, get up there. Kind of using the sides of the wall to kind of help out a little bit there. Keeping good momentum going.
That man is not playing around.
He's definitely rolling down that Holly hillside a little faster than the others.
Ooh, kind of sidestepping that a little
Taking
bit.
the far left
Yeah.
up that first section of the gap there.
Yeah, so it must be a little bit smoother there, maybe.
I honestly thought he'd be done by now.
Again, Timmy wants to do well here, but also stay consistent, stay safe, play it smart, and get a good finish out of this. Again, there's only a handful of points different.
Franklin Flutter down the stair step.
Jumping out through the end.
He walked right through what is more commonly known as the
Here we go.
fold.
See what our time is.
123.093. 123.0.
123.093.
There we go. That is your new leader.
For Tim Cameron.
Again, how long can he stay there? That's the question. And again, we have 2 uphill and 2 downhill sections. So, you can make up a lot of time, but at the same time, you also have to be very safe, very smart, and see how it plays out.
All right, Daniel Heckley and Smoked Out is on the
All
line.
right, for all my woke people, we got Smoked Up on the line. Daniel Heckley, hailing from Perryville, Missouri.
Here we go.
Over that laser nut launch.
Maybe he ended up in like 4th place for yesterday.
Yeah, that buggy has tons of power, and he said it's actually fun to trail ride with, too. He said you can take it out and trail ride it.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of backup buggies out here this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, three or 4 guys are on their backup buggy. I think it shows how hard the season has been, too.
Ripping through the rad flow and
Blazing through
RCB
that.
sections.
Blazing
Over
through
that race line ramp, coming into the Branik Bridge.
Hauling. Come on, get up there.
Doing real good. Looks like you can beat Timmy Cameron.
Zach being honored out there in the crowd. Again, you can see a lot of guys kind of edging out there, like kind of a 45-degree angle, helping kind of offset the bounces down the hill a little bit.
Looked like he swung pretty wide
It did.
coming into that.
So it looks like they're kind of taking that hump a little bit easier. I'm not sure if it's smoother there. Maybe a little bit faster line. Again, ripping out through out the top. Again, slowing down, taking your time, getting set before you start heading down those steep big stair steps there.
I don't predict that we're going to see any bouncers get hung up in those holes like we saw the UTVs.
No. Just because most bouncers have the motor mounted in the front, and there's so much weight to kind of carry you down if you need it. Leaping through the top.
There it is.
That's a 138.135.
138.135 for Daniel Heckley.
Again, that was a second place finish as of now. Again, he was absolutely hauling through there.
Tim Cameron with the fastest 123 still. Daniel now with a 138. Justin Wills with a 161 and Jack Porter with a 169. Chris Grigg is on the line now.
My old Jeeper Creeper people. This is represented by Chris Grigg.
Chris Grigg's pulling in. Jay Stewart's right behind him.
He's going to lay it down today.
And Chris Grigg, man, he was determined yesterday getting up that hill. It was fun to watch him. Bringing out, something that's not a full-blown rock bouncer like we're used to seeing out here. Bringing out the truggy style buggy. and just laying down.
And
in it,
having
man.
fun.
He's not scared of any of the courses. He's raced with us several times this season. I think Wildcat was the first one.
Yeah, and just having fun with it, enjoying it.
Is the track ready?
Again, like I said, me and him are the only two guys that run the Dana 60 front end. We were talking about some of our Dana 60 trebles versus a 14 bolt or a Dana 80. Again, coming out hard. He bent a rim yesterday on, I think one of the whoop sections is where he bent it. He came out and got the big old hammer out and fixed it, and was able to run the second course again today. Hopefully, trying to lay down a little faster time.
He did DNF. He did DNF on hill 2 yesterday. I think he just ran out of time, didn't he?
I think so. He was giving it all she had. I promise. I think
over on the Yukon wall.
It was just loading up too much,
Yep.
and it was almost wheeling. So I think he was just loading up too much on the front suspension. Bouncing through those
That
sections.
thing really actually comes through there pretty smooth.
It does.
There you go, Chris. Now let's show them what you got. Let's show them. They don't need
All right, coming along the Mickey Thompson Mountain Range now. Doing a little up, down, up, down.
Come on, get up there.
First you got to make the up.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
If you were looking for the merchandise trailer where they sell the T-shirts and you didn't see it, you're a moron. But either way, it's right here in the middle with all the flags and all the T-shirts.
Back up. You can back up. You got a pretty good run there.
Right here, in case you were wondering.
Come on, get up there.
Come on.
There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go.
Oh, no.
Hey, no, you got to go past that. All the way up
Uh-oh.
to the top.
Stay
Easy
straight.
now.
Stay straight.
That's probably not going to work. That's definitely not going to work.
Back up just a hair.
There you go.
Let's see if we can bump it through there.
I'm just playing. Back.
That shows how steep some of these ledges really are. Come on, get up there. There you go. Come on.
And I want you guys to know, because I'm watching this, I'm turned around watching it actually happen in person, and then when I turn around and look at the video, it's way steeper in person, as always. If you've never been to a race in person and never actually seen what these hills look like and stood at the bottom and looked up and seen how intimidating they are, and you're just watching on the screen, the cameras never do them justice.
Never, ever.
So you might be looking at that and thinking like, well, man, I could crawl that, no problem, with my Grand Cherokee or whatever.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Not the case. The guy with the big motor that's wide open throttle clearly have an issue. You're not going to make it. Again, it shows how steep some of these ledges really are.
Touch the pedal on the left. Perfect.
All right, one more up, down.
Come on, get up there. Again, try to pick his line.
Look at that, another beautiful picture-perfect shot here at Mid-America. Shout out to Brian, our drone pilot, again, and the good Lord for some beautiful weather.
Heck yeah.
That's shaky when you're climbing up the hill on the back wheels.
It is right there.
Man.
I know a lot of guys have kind of zoomed up that. That's actually really steep right there. And there's a pretty good ledge in the middle of it. Backing up to get a little bit more run at it. Trying to climb a little bit.
Baby, let's go. Come on.
So once you get the front axle over, you can probably climb it. But again, that's kind of the last 3 feet of that are pretty much straight up and down.
Come on, baby.
That looks like an RC car from this angle.
It does kind of.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go.
There we go.
Go. Woo!
Nice.
That man just did some work. That was work.
Again, trying to take this section smooth.
Man, he is working hard on these hills.
He is. Again, trying to be easy, be smart. just because these are such big drops on these stairs here.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh! Get a little squirrely.
Back it up, Terry. There you go.
Again, dropping in. Again, you have the right, left. Left's a little bit smoother. Right might be a tad faster. But again, it's got a sharp corner at the bottom, so. And through the finish line he goes.
Well done, sir.
Well done. Okay, I'll see if we can't get a time for him. Okay, that was Chris Griggs.
309.036 for Chris.
All right, I'm going to head over and start getting ready. There's only a handful of buggies left.
We're going to need your help. You ain't got to watch him run for 2 more times.
All right, Jay Storts is on the line. Danny Smith is on deck.
Jay Storts.
Here we go. Another one of the backup buggies that we're seeing out here this weekend. This is Showstopper 2.0. Jay having some issues with the new Ford Play buggy. Is the squirrel still on there? I didn't look before. There's a stuffed squirrel on the front of the chassis. Apparently put there as a joke because Jay has had a tendency to run into some trees while racing. Yeah, does that squirrel get pressure washed with the rest of the buggy? You want to talk about it? What? Hey, where? Matt, did you exit out of the spreadsheet?
No, what am I?
Can you bring it back? Why?
There it comes. Hey, Jay.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You're halfway done, baby. Just keep rolling, keep rolling.
Oh, Jay.
He's done.
Okay, all right.
Well, what's he doing?
All right, I got Wade Good up here with me. Wade, we'll watch Jay finish his run there, or run here, and then we can talk a little bit about yours. If you're,
there ain't much to talk
in
about.
for it. Well, maybe that squirrel thing was on point because all I see is a bunch of trees in Jay right now.
What's he doing?
Come on, Jay. There you go. Come on, Jay.
There it is.
There you go. Look good. Look
That's a weird.
good. Hard left.
That's a really weird spot.
Got it now.
Come on, Jay.
You got it now, baby. Come on.
Pick a side.
Now, come on.
Oh, that was weird.
Here you go.
That's a
181.333. Tim Cameron still in the lead with a 123. Then Daniel Heckley with a 138. And Justin Wills with a 161. All right, Wade, what the heck happened up there? What was going through your head? We had the drone on you. We could see you when they're trying to do everything you could to get off of that berm.
I had a super smooth run going, really fast.
You did.
I did exactly what I wasn't supposed to do. That's just a weird turn downhill with a big cutout, and I checked up because I didn't want to brake, and I checked up too much. So,
what was going through your head?
Get it off the hill.
Just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, I knew if I just got it off and finished, I still had a chance, but I took my harnesses off. I took the steering wheel off. I was as hard as I could, back and forth.
So
I almost tried throwing the steering wheel under the tires to try to make it catch, but
how would you have gotten down off the hill then?
it's hydraulic steering. You can turn it with your hand.
That would have been a one for the books for sure. Well, we hated seeing that happen for you, but I mean,
it's all good.
It's all good?
It's all good.
All right, Danny Smith out there now. Danny sitting in second in points overall for the season. It's interesting, even after all of yesterday's racing with two hills, the point standings did not change in the bouncer class at all. The other three classes, at least two people swapped positions, but not in the bouncer class. So Timmy in the lead, Danny behind. Timmy's got 913 points. Danny has 873 right now.
He's pushing.
Over that Branik bridge. Nice corner. Look at that rear steer.
You get a flat.
That back left.
It won't affect him. He'll be all right.
Come on.
He'll finish with it.
You can't give up. You got to keep your head on right.
All right, he's got to come down this Holly EFI
I know you got one
hillside now.
Okay, the other three are still up. They're still up. Come on.
Woo, that's a big old splash at the bottom there.
It's hard on that wheel, too. You better hope it stays on.
Go, Danny. Go, 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 go.
Man, if it'll just hold together, he's got an awesome run going.
Here it comes. You can't slow up now. You got to go.
Come on, Danny, go.
Uh-oh.
Easy, easy.
Come on.
Oh, no.
That spot right there is tricky. You can't see it on camera, but that spot right there.
I can imagine it's like looking down a cliff from that angle.
It drops off and turns hard right all at the same time.
One, two,
125.207. Timmy had a 123. So Timmy's still in the lead now. We're on Hill 3. You're watching the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup. Danny Smith just got a second place time with 125. Fortunately, that tire held on for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's in the same spot as me now. He's, you know, if Timmy finishes both hills, he's pretty much got both championships. So.
Yeah. Well, there's one more hill to go.
Yeah, you never know. Just like me, I bet no one expected me to belly out.
We did not. We were like, oh, come on, are you kidding?
It's part of it. It's my first year racing for the Cup, so we gave it our all, and it just wasn't our year.
All right, Cash Money out on the course.
Let's go, Cash LeCroy.
Wade, I know you and Cash are pretty good buddies.
Oh yeah, he's like my little brother.
Y'all act like brothers. Y'all pick on each other like brothers.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're awful. We're awful together. Nah, he's a good kid.
What do you think watching him race? I mean, when you hang out with him, it's like, oh yeah, he's 12, almost 13, whatever. Then you watch him race, and it's like,
you think he's a grown man.
Yeah.
He's like a grown man driving, and then when he gets out, he starts, he's a kid still.
Yeah.
You don't realize it.
Y'all keep in mind, he has a radiator leak. He's watching his temp.
He last year he seemed like he didn't have a lot of fun, like he was too worried about it. And this year it seems like he's more cut back and enjoying it more.
All right, so I'm hearing that he has a radiator leak and he's had to keep an eye on the temperature, and it probably has gotten too hot, and he has decided to back off the hill now.
He's probably just getting his points.
But he got himself some points for an attempt at the course.
But we're gonna finish that day and come back stronger next year. So.
We got one more question for you while you're up here, Wade. We got Wes Keen sitting on the line right there.
Yeah.
I've asked a couple of drivers, but we saw him come back at Bikini Bottoms and race. What was that like for you watching him back out here racing?
It's amazing. I actually seen him get pulled out of his X3, and I thought I'd never see him again. So just him being here is amazing. And you can't tell anything happened to him.
No, it's incredible. It's like he hasn't missed a beat, to come back out and drive the way he does, and with the adjustments he's had to make now.
Yeah, he's got one hand and you'd never know it. Rear steer, shifting, driving, it's crazy. He gets a second place on his first day back, and he was mad about it at Bikini Bottom.
Oh, gosh. There are people that would have let something like that just shut them down, but
and it's crazy
he's
how
back
quick he
out
came
here.
back.
That boy is
Taylor, there's some air for you.
Taking his vacation this year, he'd be fight #1 spot, guaranteed, if he didn't already have it.
Wes did finish both hills yesterday.
Come on, Wes.
Golly. Holy crap.
That thing sounds nasty.
He did not hit the base of that flag. In case y'all were wondering, he hit the top of the flag, which is not a penalty. The top of the flag is
rear steer stuck, maybe.
Yeah, he's crab walking up that.
I think he had that problem last year too.
Dang, it does. It is.
Hey, he'll make it. That ain't gonna stop him.
He'll find it. There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and especially with Wes.
He'll go and loop around the other way.
More than anybody.
There it goes.
Oh,
He
there.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he's coming down that Holly EFI hillside. Looks like the rear steer is straightened out now.
Probably took him a second to get everything back. He's still trying to figure it out.
Hats off for even attempting it.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, but he was the only one after that jump to hold it all the way through all that. Through the cutouts and everything.
bouncing up that hill like a rubber ball. I'm telling you.
A lot of people don't use rear steer because they're not comfortable with it and don't want it to mess them up during a race. And that's people that are perfectly capable with all fingers, and
now he's trying to turn, shift.
For him to, this is his second time back racing. I mean, since a life-altering accident. It's amazing. It's incredible.
I think
it's inspiring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his rear steer's messed up again, but he's still finished.
Still finished.
That's a good time. All right, well, I'm going to leave it to you. Get back out here and watch.
All right, thanks, Wade. Okay, so Wes. Wes had a 127, but he did hit a flag right at the end, so that gave him a 157 now, which sucks because otherwise that was a third-place time right behind Timmy and Danny. But it is what it is. That was still an awesome run, man, with messed up rear steer and everything. So a 157 with the flag penalty for Wes. Jake Pike is on the line, and Fordzilla. Jake had a second-place finish on Hill 1 yesterday. And he is sitting third overall in points right now.
Hopefully if he wins, he can back of that. Yeah. He's coming through here.
And Jake actually doing double duty for the first time this weekend because he was racing in the UTV Unlimited class for Paul Wolf's points. So he's getting a little extra seat time. Uh-oh.
Hey, that's not good.
That doesn't sound good. Coming into the Mickey Thompson mountainside here, mountain range. Oh, that front end is done.
It's just a ring and pinion in the front.
Oh, it's a drive shaft. You can see it hanging out there. Oh, no.
That is not what he wanted. Recovery. Recovery.
Oh, man.
It's just, hey, he's taking chance before out of the. Yeah, he got two. I don't see what the problem is. Hey, get that away. Still works in arm.
I didn't see at what point it broke, but it started rattling. You could hear it right when he got over to the Branik Bridge.
I'll do.
Man, hate that for these guys today. You know, it's par for the course, though, and you've been pushing hard all season long. Talking to Wade earlier about his unfortunate bobble. I don't think he broke anything, but just getting hung up in a place you don't expect to get hung up. And Jake with the drive shaft now, and they were both, sitting in top 3 for points in their classes, and it's tough when you push these vehicles to the limit, pretty much every time you come out and race. I don't know if he'll be able to get that fixed before Hill 4.
Woo! Do a burnout.
We are about to have our sort of afternoon intermission, and once we've completed Hill 3 here, and do some RC racing and mega truck racing before we come back for Hill 4. So those that do need time to make some repairs will have a little bit. All right, I'm going to get caught up on putting some times in real quick. Taylor, would you like to take us to a commercial? No one's down here. Oh, it's Matt. Are we done? I thought Matt was going to go last. Here comes Brandon. All right. Cancel that on the commercial. We got some buggies down here now. They were just a little slow to the starting line. Hi, Zach. Taylor, his mic is off. It's okay.
No,
you're doing a lot of
wonderful
multitasking
job.
up there.
I tell everybody, thank goodness Taylor is the lifeblood of the operation.
Yeah, I heard him say that this morning.
All right. Looking for Brandon. Looking for Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
He's over there.
I know.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to say, let's go, Brandon.
Yes. Because I'm a big Brandon fan.
Yeah.
Man, has it not been super exciting? Oh, my gosh. If anybody's following and knows the sport and they've seen what just happened, I'm going to write a letter to Super Swamper. Anyway, because I'm heated. Totally not their fault, but that's beside the point. We have to blame somebody.
You're starting to sound like liberal, Zach.
Oh, my gosh.
Careful.
Oh, my
Careful.
gosh. I know. These are liberal tears. Drink them up.
So give us a recap from your always very colorful perspective. We saw Jake just broke drive shaft. Danny had a flat tire for most of his run, or 3/4 of it.
Jake didn't just break a drive shaft.
What else did he
His
break?
whole front ring and pinion is garbage.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. If it was just a drive shaft, we we could work with that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, and we still may be able to work with something. I don't know how many parts he has. I don't know his willingness to fix it, and that's going to really determine on how points shake out and what he would benefit from.
Yeah, because he was in
fixing
third
it.
in points.
He laid down some really good times yesterday. He's third, and I don't know that he can be caught at this point. Without that, that's what they're going to put pen to paper. They'll realize that if he does not run.
All right, Brandon Davis said, let me go.
Yeah, he's got a coolant leak, so much like Cash, he's out here trying to hope it stays together long enough for him to make it. It's only spewing it out like a geyser, so it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll
be a lot of that's going to buff out. I stopped with him this morning in his trailer, and he's down there on his front of his buggy and underneath it, and he's trying to figure out the coolant on the bottom of radiator lines and hoses, and it's fittings that are cracked from the jarring and the buckling. These things take an absolute beating, especially in courses like this, because in a dirt course, there's a lot more give, there's a lot of chert rock and everything, so he has to. It beats you to death. These guys are violent.
I gotta take my hat off.
Cash, did your head
He
get
is
cold?
not moving at the speed Brandon Davis usually moves at by any means.
You tuck my ears back. Oh shoot! Now we got stuff on
You
my
look
ears.
like an Alabama Eskimo right now.
That's what
I like
I am.
it. I like
And
it.
we're hearing everything in your microphone.
Really?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's all good.
There we go.
Yes.
All good.
All good.
All good.
Did y'all see the bowl of good they got up there on the coming down the hill? That's what I'm calling it.
Do I
now.
look cool?
The bowl of yeah.
You look like something.
You look cool. No, you do. You make white trash look fashionable.
Oh, give me your glasses.
Done. You need it. They're gonna eat you alive.
Speaking of looking
Oh,
cool,
Oh my
Brandon's
land.
They
still
match.
going.
They freaking match. Oh yes, Brandon is freaking. He's going.
That's a fit.
You are a hot mess.
I'm definitely hot. I don't know about the mess part.
Heavy on the mess. All right, is that bowl of good? Was that the second one up there?
This is the one that cost.
Hey,
Wayne.
Brandon's held
There's
together
like-
longer than mine.
There's
Yes.
like two of them, isn't there?
Yes. Hey, and Brandon's doing good. He is holding together longer than you. I know you had a coolant issue as well, and you
What
were
was
just
your
basically
temperature?
watching the temps.
It got up
You
to
have to.
about 230, 240.
That's a lot of money to waste.
That
running
is.
hot. That's,
You're not winning that much money, so it wasn't worth it.
No, we're out here. No, in all seriousness, you have to make judgment calls like that all the time. We
Oh,
race
yeah.
for fun, but you can never get ahead, and you can't just throw away money like some sports do. Not ours.
Yeah, we're not
We
like.
don't waste money at all. No, we're totally responsible.
No, we don't do that around here.
I feel like we waste a good bit of money. Oh my gosh, I look awesome.
That's a 166.488. Brandon Davis.
166.488.
Don't forget to get your t-shirts from the t-shirt trailer. Don't forget to hit Rock Life Off-Road up there for all your Rock Life needs. Y'all go up there and see them. Tell them Zach sent you. They'll probably only raise the price a little bit.
All right, guys, we have one driver left.
Is that Matt? No. Oh, it's Matt Holt.
Matt Holt, the fastest man alive.
Is he gonna make it? Come on, just be honest. We're being honest. You're an honest kid. You're one of your good traits. Is Matt?
It depends if he steps on it this time.
Yeah, if he crosses the timers at the end, he's definitely going to make it.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I agree with that logic.
I mean,
Did you hear that pop? That
Oh,
means
yeah.
big motor.
that means it's ready. Yeah, that's actually a Chevrolet
so
5-cylinder. Yeah, it's a 5-cylinder. It's got the power of a 4 with the fuel mileage of a 6.
Y'all so sassy. It's day 2. Everyone's got their sassy pants on today.
No, this is the last day of the season. We gotta get it in right now. It's awesome.
Why is he backing up?
Well, that's how
Did you
Matt
get these
does it.
sick glasses at Rock Life?
I sure did, as a matter of fact. Those glasses did come from Rock Life Off-Road for all your Rock Life needs.
Oh, that was pretty professional.
Yeah, they're a professional
Zach could
bunch
do
of guys.
voiceovers.
Oh yeah, my voice is over. My mom said I had a face for radio.
Oh.
Yeah,
How sweet.
Oh, my daddy said
Nothing like mother's.
I'm so bright, my
honesty.
daddy called me son.
That was pretty good.
Have you been saving these?
No, they just come to me. It just, yeah.
I was so
Oh,
bright, my
man.
daddy called me son.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Ash is going to file that one away for some
Yeah,
time in the future.
it'll work in. It'll work in somewhere.
All right, come on, Matt. You're like a third of the way done.
Matt, that's not the end.
Why are you stopping?
That is not the end.
I think he's going to be like me and just be scared of the hill.
Come on, Matt. Beat Cash.
You can't park there.
No, he's getting what? The
Matt,
steering wheel's off.
You can't park there. Did somebody give him a wire nut?
What in the world did he just do?
We've already seen this trick, Matt. We've already seen where you
Hold
get out
on.
and act like you're fixing it.
He might self-recover again like yesterday.
He did self-recover yesterday, so y'all don't touch him. Especially don't touch him.
They're about to touch him. They're about to touch him.
Don't touch him.
All right. I don't think anyone touched it yet.
Do I need to leave? Ah! God dang that.
What are y'all doing? Pandemonium. Oh my gosh. I swear, if I wasn't here.
Well, I almost took cash out, but it's only because Wade paid me. Yeah, Wade was like, hey, man, I got a hundo if you'll go over there and take cash out.
Danny is being very careful not to touch the buggy. Look, him got his hands
Yeah.
behind his back.
I think
Danny's shirt just blew against the buggy. I just saw it.
He's still got plenty of time.
Y'all don't talk sexy to him. He's definitely going to touch that buggy.
Zach. All right, Clyde, I have a question for you.
All right, let's go.
Matt said that you changed up course 4 for yesterday, or for later.
yes. Course 4 was entirely too easy, and Clyde said,
Would you like to tell us about that? Yeah, somebody.
Yeah.
So
fill me in.
we did change up number 4. I felt like the SCS line is something we've never climbed, but I felt like it might go too easy for us. So we did some changes. We added a climb for Hill 4 for this afternoon. Where they're coming down at the end right there through all those big blasted spots, we're going to go up that. That'll be the last
Yes.
climb.
Are those holes, is that from the dynamite this
Correct.
summer? I thought maybe that was what caused the craters. The bowl
Yeah,
of
so
goo.
they
the
dynamite.
bowl of goo. I've named that.
The bowl of goo.
Yeah, I've named it.
What about that story?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many stories. There's so
Wow.
many.
You know, so
That one was the
now it's going to
saddest.
come down to Cash and Wade fighting for second.
Yes.
You know, unless something catastrophically goes bad with Timmy on Hill 4
Yes.
for the bounty class.
No, not Timmy, but it's got to be. Okay, we're in a weird situation because we have Paul Wolf holding the number 1 spot in the bounty class on UTV.
Yep.
And
we got-
he's being represented by Adam Coots, who, let's be honest, does not have the best track record for finishing heels. If we were Bikini Bottoms, we wouldn't even attempt this. But he's done pretty good.
No,
He
that's
was
what
on
we've been talking about.
rails
Like, you know,
yesterday.
he usually struggles with keeping the machine together.
It's the,
and
he
now,
can lay down some really great runs, but it's the consistency.
And that's honestly
just
where
struggle.
Timmy shines is the consistency.
Yep.
You know, that
Matt
there's
and I were talking
a
about
lot
that
of drivers that can beat Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
They just haven't figured out
Timmy
to stay out
is
of their head
just
and do it
good
consistently.
almost all the time.
Yeah, you know, Timmy doesn't make mistakes very often.
No.
You know, last year at finals, or no, earlier this year here, you know, he did a DNF. So I mean, it does happen to him.
Yes.
And he does occasionally do it, but usually not more than once in a season.
No, he's hard to beat like a.
And you know, and that's
sail-at
where
target.
experience comes in. You know, just like when we get down to the end of the year, the championship, it gets down to where you know it's hard to stay out of your head, and that's where
Yes.
Wade Good I think made a mistake. Is he, you know, it just the pressure got under his head, and he just didn't
Yeah.
focus on the
Yeah.
course.
I did. I went and got him. A drink when he got off the hill. I said,
I guess
because
Matt's done.
Obviously, he choked. No, he's not quit. He's still working on it. He's had to
in
come
the
get an
trailer.
impact.
Well, he's already out of time, so that doesn't matter.
Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
So, yeah, production, we do have your
You're doing
graphics
great,
sent
Matt.
to you
Stay with
already.
it. Stay with
you
it.
should be good to go. And I guess we can talk about that when we come back.
Are we doing commercial? Okay.
Sure. It's a good
Why
idea,
not?
right?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll come back with Matt's finale.
Whenever Taylor's ready.
We'll come back with the epic.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
While we were on the break, we were touching on the fact that if Wes wouldn't have gone on his vacation and he would have ran this season, could you have imagined the points, how close that would have, because not only with 3 people battling for third, it would have allowed a window for, or even our 4th and 5th place could have been in contingency because of the points being spread out even more. Yeah. This would have been epic as far as
speaking of the guys at the top. Wow. So I just did the points overall for today for the bouncers and where we're standing so far. So the top
Those
3,
are their times.
look at that.
You got points?
That's their times for this hill. I've already done the points for this event.
John's calling you.
So, yeah, well, we got work to do.
Yeah.
So what about Timmy? You know, Timmy knew that coming into here, he didn't have to push crazy hard. All he had to do was, just finish.
Yes.
And he talked about that, on some social media stuff. But yet here he is, won all 3 hills so far.
Pushing. If you don't think
Danny knew on the last hill, if he didn't beat Timmy on the last hill, that he could call, even if Timmy didn't finish the last one, he still couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
So he, he pushed really hard. I don't think the flat really hurt him. I think it
was that little bobble up there.
It was 2 seconds.
Yep.
It was 2 seconds.
Yep.
But would he have had the bobble with 4 aired up tires?
Potentially not.
Well,
okay. But the flat.
So guess who's sitting in third at this point? Wes Keen.
Oh, nice.
Wes Keen is sitting in third at this point. So how exciting is that?
No, it's the way it would have been.
And again,
all season.
the flag didn't hurt him bad. It did hurt him by 2 points.
Look, guys, with the different types of hills and terrain and courses that we race and the different types of buggies the drivers ride and their style of driving, everyone is capable of beating the other at any given time. And even as strong as they are, and just like yesterday, you're looking at the same list because these guys are awesome. So Wes can literally beat most of the drivers in our series with one hand. He is
Wes is a natural-born talent driver. I mean, he's just got it.
Yes,
he always has.
Anything. It doesn't matter. I saw him. They put him in the.
Nobody else
golf
came
cart
through those 3 off-camber whoops like he did.
No,
I mean,
nobody.
He was out of control.
But was he? I mean,
not for Wes though.
I'm just for Wes.
You're right.
Not for Wes. For anybody else.
Yeah, anybody else.
And I told him, I said, you took down a race line flag. I said, but that one technically you did catch the cloth. That doesn't count the roll. And luckily, I was in line with it and seen how that went down, and it just picked it up off the pope.
We all seen it.
But let me tell you one of my favorite drivers that I like to watch, Chris Grigg.
Oh gosh,
he's in a class of his own. And I'm kind of going to touch base on that. This is something that we've been really trying to figure out how to get incorporated into what we're doing in the last couple of years. And I think we're going to try to pull it off for 22, a class that is more of that style.
For him to bring that out here and compete against this field of drivers on these kind of hills, and he's finishing, I mean, that he was working hard up there, too. And that was fun to watch.
And he's a driver.
In my opinion.
And the truth is, watching him brings me back to the beginning of the sport itself. Because the difference is, a lot of these guys that watch this on social media, they don't understand the buggies have developed so far that no matter what we throw in front of them, they make it look like a cakewalk because they're purpose-built.
Yeah.
Now, he's at a huge disadvantage, guys, because we're watching these other buggies make cake out of these hills, and then he's out there in that Jeep. And
it's a well-built Jeep.
The Jeep is
very
beautiful.
Well-built.
And if you don't know, if anybody's had any climbing experience, him going out a hill, the second hill in that run, I was like, anybody with a brain, I thought his throttle stuck. There's no way a man had enough guts to let that Jeep side
But
pass.
it brought me so far back to where we started. Like, it was just super exciting to watch to see the beatdown like that.
Yeah,
and the truth is, the hills have actually gotten harder and progressively gotten harder over the years. But the buggies have gotten to a point where that fine line between climate and not climate is so fine. It's very, very difficult to find a race hill that doesn't turn into
Well,
an
you can
impossible
look back at how Fidels was last year, and you have a hill where who would have thought that? I mean, how many climbed? Ended up
But that's my point. Like, you got
one buggy climbed hill 4.
Yeah.
One buggy.
You got to put in ledges that are so tall that the finish rate goes almost to nothing just to even have a hill that looks difficult for them.
Yeah.
Now, I will say Hill 4 for these guys is not going to be a cakewalk. The SCS hill has never been climbed, and then they got to go up all those holes that we just came down. So for Bounty Series and Bouncer, these guys are going to have to earn it, and I'm kind of excited about that.
And also, let's throw into a real the factor going up on Hill 4.
So what about Matt out here? Just, what about Matt out here getting after it, guys?
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. I like his style.
Wow, our camera guy's left. Nick, get on him. Can you get on him?
Okay, well, look, if y'all can't see him, we'll just do a broadcast
Well,
for
he
you.
was done.
Matt just, oh, my gosh, he just one-shot that heel. He looked a little quicker than Timmy Cameron.
It's amazing what Matt could do when he gets aggravated and goes for it, you know?
When it doesn't matter anything at all. That's awesome. I mean, he pretty much just one-shot it quicker than Danny and Timmy. It was awesome. I wish
they could see it in this camera.
Where did he go?
In that case, the camera's in slow-mo.
He's coming down.
All right, here he comes.
Coming down here.
Oh, yeah, he has no choice.
Faster,
He's coming
Matt.
down. He never backed up. Never backed up. That's right. It's
And we're
still
at 10 minutes again.
We're only at 10. That's okay.
We're still running this time.
I'm announcing the time. If he makes it.
He's still got to get up over there where Chris Griggs showed out. So
that's going to be. He better not. I can't help it, guys. And let's say while he's not listening, I really like Matt. But if he does not climb that, and Chris Griggs goes up it in that Jeep, I will never, ever let him.
And he probably
forget
can't climb it. You know why? Because now he's mad.
Yeah, you're
now
right.
He's mad. He's like he wants it so bad. And that's the difference. If we just make him mad before each run, Matt might show out.
I've tried it for years. Y'all are just now catching on.
Go, Matt. Come on.
He's hard to make
Can we get the drone in the air? Can we get the drone in the air?
I mean,
where's Brian?
Brian, can we get the drone in the air for him?
You know why?
Brian, can we get the drone in the air?
The world's going to miss Matt's moment.
Well, somebody better shut him down so he knows that.
Hey.
Okay, look, when Matt gets close to the finish line, tell him to cut it off, get out, and run across the timers. Run across the timers. He's going to have to go. He can't interrupt the RC race, but if he runs across, we'll still count his
he's going. He's going. He's going.
I already know. He's going to make it. It's important. You got to tell him. Help him get unbuckled and help him get out of it. And get him to run across.
Well, just slow him down. Slow him down so he can
dive.
keep across there.
Okay, he's getting a running start to come down the hill at this point. I don't know. This is an interesting strategy.
Somebody needs to be in front of that jump so he knows not to jump over that jump.
And while Matt's coming down, that'll be an interesting thing for me to bring up on Hill 4. When these guys run, how beneficial is rear steer going to be?
Make sure we're in front of that jump so he knows.
Because that is a hairpin. And that's going to be a deal breaker on a lot of these guys. I know Jake Pike already broke, and he does really good, and his buggy's nimble. But short of him, that's going to be a 4-point at best for a lot of these buggies that do not have rear steer going up that hill. Just because when it spins, it's going to dig your front over to the left more than coming down. It's going to be a factor, and that's huge.
Matt, I'm proud of Matt.
I am too.
Look at him go. And we can't even get it on camera.
Oh, we got it on camera. It's just way in the distance. He's in the distance. He's back there.
Let's go, Matt. You're doing so good. We're so proud of you. There are 3 illegitimate children somewhere in the country that are clapping.
Good for him.
It is.
Good for
That's
Matt.
awesome.
Look at him go.
Gary's over here threatening me if I don't give him his time.
Oh, we're giving him time.
We're at 900. I'm fixing to run out of room. I don't even have enough digits to even count the time.
We'll make
He can't cross the finish line.
Yes, he can. He has to get out and run.
You better watch out, Daniel.
Well,
no,
he's
turn him around.
He's technically at about 9 130
Turn him
seconds.
around. He has to break the timers. He has to break the timers.
It's fine.
Okay. He just got beat by Chris Griggs. You just tied Wade Goon.
Should we let him come over and talk about his experience?
Yes, definitely. I don't think you could stop him from coming over here and talking about his experience. Let's wait till he gets here and let's all act like we just finished the live feed and stand up. Tell him good
All
job.
right, I'll let you get in here and you
yes,
can interview him.
yeah,
You're
that'd
much
be
better.
awesome.
Make
Oh,
it
yes,
fun.
we got this. So good.
Don't do like I did.
No, I'm not. You got broadcast on all crazy.
What are we doing now?
I'm going to hand this one to Mattson. That's what I said. This one will, though. I'm going to scoot back and let him sit here.
Oh.
Actually, no, I'm not. Actually, put it down.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Are you going to do it? Oh, we are. That was a great run. None of our cameras were up, though, so we have no video of it, but Matt did some awesome things. Good job to him to stand up. I wish we'd have got it on film. That would have been awesome. He pretty much slain everybody's time. Unfortunately, they had started an RC race. He wasn't able to make it to the timers and get a complete time. All right. Well, we'd just like to send a big shout out to everybody. Y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time.
Tomorrow.
About another hour. We're going to see
Later.
you in about another hour, 2 hours. I'm just playing. We didn't end
He ain't even looking.
We didn't end it, dude.
So,
Matt Holt.
how about those racers out there?
Yeah. How about those heels?
Well,
so first, let's back up.
Start at the
What was
beginning.
the malfunction?
I was coming across the last little jump.
Yes.
And I lost like a fuel pump. It wouldn't work. And I was like, did they hit the RI? Are they messing with me?
You didn't put no gas in it.
I did put gas in it. I have like a kind of a clip that I can bypass the RI if we go trail riding.
Yeah.
So that clip somehow, it's got to be like a safety clip on it so it doesn't come unclipped. Came unclipped and I like lost all fuel pressure because I used throttle it, trying to do everything.
Are you saying sabotage? One of these other racers was afraid you were going to knock them out?
That makes sense.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay,
That's good times. So I got out there, and I was very frustrated. Once I saw what it was, I was especially frustrated.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Wes Keen was there, and he's like, well, he had a good run. And I was like, you know what?
Might have been Wes.
right. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to run it. Screw it. It's the last day of racing.
Do it.
It's here. If nothing, if I don't even have a good time, it's still going to be fun. It will still be a good time. So
we love it.
And then Wes Keen goes, you going to run it? I said, what will Wes Keen do? And Denny Smith goes, get it done. And I was like, let's go. So I hop in it, and I was like, wow, there's still safety crew up there in case I start going the wrong way. I was like, whatever.
You're okay.
So
you're fine.
We're proud of you, though, Matt.
And then
I was here.
I got a little hung up on the second section up there. That's a lot steeper than it looks coming down.
It all is.
I was like, I'm like, I don't see any, and then like I was, kind of tipping straight down.
Yes.
It's steeper than it looks. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
Good run.
We tell them that a lot.
Yes.
They're going to believe us eventually.
It was frustrating. So.
Oh,
Yes.
that's his favorite. He loves here. Stick this wiener in your mouth, buddy.
So I get
you
a little hot dog with finely diced onions, a little ketchup, a little mustard each time. So they take great care of us. They come to all of our races, bro. I love
Okay,
you.
all right. If this is turning into lunch, then we're going to come and cut this, and we
I like
will
the
be
way you're thinking.
back.
So what was our standing?
Taylor, are you ready to take us out? We will be back shortly. Give
I'll
us
go
an
out
hour
with
or
Taylor.
two for RC racing and mega tracks, and we're going to be back with Hill 4 for all the classes. See you then.